Okay, so we're live. Welcome, joining us. Appreciate it. Obviously, group 6 here. As we start, probably notice that there's not many, two missing, and then obviously cameras off, so people, internet, sickness, other things are happening. So you get to see my lovely face, and that is it. So going through the recap really quick of what we did on the last session, it really was getting into the city, right? Oh, theme of this holy city, and walking around, getting rooms, kind of seeing at the tavern. You had a character introduction of Felix, which kind of framed a little bit of the interesting things here from what they were talking about, and essentially a story and still trying to feel them out, right? Felix was very self-inviting themselves, but based on insight checks and other things that were rolled, trustworthy for now. In a sense, they did lie about some things and whatnot, but based on body language and other things that they demonstrated out, is that they're definitely trustworthy in the sense that they're saying and even through the little lies that they're poking in, the actual general sense of that they're telling the truth. Um, and then we had a another character introduction of the last session, uh, which was, was quite funny. So we had Valria put in a nice, a little bit of a diss, maybe. I don't know if you're going to call it that. If you have nothing better to do, but follow them after you. Some of you, not all of you, right? You spoke to the Sentry, and even since you were able to speak to the Sentry, which seems to be something that was remarkable, as this actual tree itself did not speak to anybody for some time, long time, in fact. And this was proposed by Valeria, the head priestess of this cathedral here, of the Sentry Cathedral, right? This order of sorts, or the Order of Sentry, if you want to call it that, had almost said, monitor them, just watch and stay with them, just understand perhaps. And Valeria mentioned a little bit of things, right? The Lord came up, right? Introduction, right? Bring him to. There was these levels of things, and it didn't seem like you all were quite there yet, right? Or maybe not at all. And really wanted to explore and see the city before you interacted with anything that was that level. So we spread our roots. We started to go around. We started to do things, right? We have currently, as far as where we ended, and I'm just going to go really quickly. We had Horse's Leatherworking, which is where Sir, Dirty Joe. We had the Library of Light, Thala, and then we had Regmore for the greenhouses, and I believe that primarily everyone kind of went into the merchants, right, into that level. So very broad strokes. I mean, we're out in the city. I think Regmore finished off the greenhouses side. Hey, I'm going to go find the rest of the party. The merchants district there. Othala, your enterprise here is probably going to take mostly the day, right, of studying and learning and looking at these books. And of course, you were speaking with the Sentry Initiate here, Maria, helping you out with these books. And then we had Dirty Joe at Horse's Leatherworking actually taking up an apprenticeship, which is going to take some time. So that's going to be kind of an all-day process as well, which is interesting. Mikey's not here with us, so I guess that leaves us to where Dirty Joe's going to be for the period of sessions, just working on that. And then, yeah. So I think at this point, Thea is sitting up, posting up, right, looking for information, trying to understand, right, getting understanding. That's what they were doing previously, so that's probably what they're going to kind of continue, looking into their backstory for what they're looking for here. They're kind of spanning around, looking for thieves' cant, looking for clues, maybe some guild symbol perhaps, or organizations that would pose a threat, or maybe what exactly is here that I can get connected with. That's what Thea was essentially kind of going to. So, Regmore, we'll just kind of start it off with that. Regmore, you've kind of connected at this point with Costas and Felix in the Merchants District, and then Thea, of course, is there, kind of posting up and making their way around. because that's where we kind of left off, and that's it. Rigmore, you're there. I'm going to cue some music here to provide the environment. I'll probably give some descriptions of what the street looks like, and then we'll kind of start from there. All right. So in the Merchant District of Othemi, you have beautiful 1 to 2 story buildings, many of them window shops. You have these metal etched glass windows that have kind of demonstrations of mannequins and other sorts of goods and items the shop might sell. Um, some of these windows are like bay windows, so they actually are able to protrude outwards. The sidewalk itself is bricked and nice. There's a little bit of a lip that kind of goes down into the cobbled road. And of course, you have blotches of snow and other sorts of debris that have collected inside. But the Merchant District, compared to the Drift, is far more open. The buildings are slightly kind of wider and elongated to kind of accompany these shops that might have kind of back alleyways for transporting goods, essentially areas for delivery and pickup. For wagons and stagecoaches. So there's a lot of horse traffic through here. There's a lot of people kind of going to where they need to go, maybe traders as well that are delivering items and whatnot. So in this current position of where you are into the merchant district, it's just more of that, right? You have window shops to your left, to your right, north and south. You're on a street that goes west and east. You have different blocks, signage, things like that. And you're just noticing some of the figures. Obviously, Thea's looking towards these figures with an eye that's kind of half shut. They seem to be wearing kind of reddish and black leathers. They also have weapons on them, light weapons, and things like daggers and short swords and rapiers. And they have some of them have cloaks and backpacks. And they're just kind of talking and canting about themselves. But the day is yours to take. I mean, you all can go wherever you're feeling compelled to do at this point. So, right more you meet up with them, the sidewalk, and yeah, what do y'all do?
I would like to try to find a merchant to sell uh, one of one of my hammers and my old leather, or yeah, light hammer, scimitar, and my old leather armor.
Okay. So you're looking to dispatch some of your armor, your hammer, your scimitar, get some coin from it. So that would probably pull you to Rudolph's Weapons and Arms as far as a place, an establishment would go. Unless you want to just try to sell it off to some sort of artisan trader, but they probably wouldn't take it from you for raw materials since it's seen a lot of wear and tear. But maybe it could be sold off for some coin, right? To someone else that might have use of it. So begin to head towards Rudolph's Weapons and Arms. It kind of sits off a little bit of its own independency. Corner shop. There's some straw thatching, other sorts of kind of elongated kind of structures with canopies and whatnot. And this is very similar to, I don't know if anybody's seen A Knight's Tale. If you've ever seen them go through the medieval street and they're looking for a blacksmith shop, you have straw canopies and thatching that go over top of the actual structures. And then the shot, the actual work of the blacksmiths are kind of outside on those areas, right? Because they open ventilation and other things. And so there's a lot of artisan kind of crafters and things that are working with heat. They're working with metal, working with tools. And so even though Rudolph's Weapons and Arms is a blacksmith, particularly to weapons and armor, there are other blacksmiths in this particular vicinity that work with making tools, wagon reinforcements, small pieces, things like that. So eventually come to this shop with this extended canopy that rounds the eastern and southern sides of the particular structure. The building itself, this one in particular, is 3 stories tall, with the shop only encompassing the first. A bricked walled and solid stone foundation pushes its way into a wooden sided interior. A single door with a rough wooden glass window opens on the eastern side into the forge area. A large anvil sits in front of a solid brick stone forge with a cut in the tan canopy and the cloth overhang, as well as the straw thatching, that handles that ventilation of the forge. Nearby, a kiln with similar kind of chimney scope into the roofing and canopy cut sits there. And then you have a quench tank, barrels, a workbench that lines the walls with drafts and other sorts of instruments. Along the outer walls of the buildings are dowels and racks that are over top of those workbenches, drafts, and they have instruments used in the blacksmith's craft. The shop's main entrance is a double wooden door with two glazed circular pocket windows on the northern side. A 4-foot stone staircase leads up to the foundation and door. Not really too relevant to go inside, as there's actually a tall 6'5" human with a darker complexion, fit with black leather bracers covering scarring. With the human has kind of thick shoulders and chest, and wears a piece of matching leather apron and belt fit with tools. Underneath a leather vest sits on top of a dirtied tan cloth blouse. Black leather trousers and boots accompany. Okay, and they're currently working on the forge, so they're on the outside. So as you come into the merchant district from that eastern side, you can see that this figure is there working on a seems like a large greatsword of some kind. It's really the only one working on a weapon, so that kind of draws your attention to that. In addition, you see the signage that is there, denoting them as Rudolph's weapons.
I'll walk up to. So, it's the only one guy working in the
Just
shop.
one person? Yep.
Walk up to him.
Okay.
Sorry to trouble you.
Continuing to work, looks up towards you. Trouble me? No, you don't give me any trouble. How can I help you?
I'm looking to either sell or donate some equipment that I don't need anymore. A hammer, a scimitar, and some old leather armor.
I see you. Well. Moves over to a workbench, kind of pulling you into the underhang. Nearby that eastern wall, you can see the side entrance, adjacent, roughly 10 to 12 feet to your left. Lay it here, let me see it.
Lay him up there.
Yeah, this leather armor is pretty shitty. Seen a lot of wear and tear. Might be able to resell it for raw material. I'll give you 2 silver pieces for that. The hammer, I've seen better, but it's nice. And then scimitar. Anything magical about it?
No, it's fairly mundane.
Alright, well, let's call it even 1 gold then for the lot.
Fair enough.
Alright. Reaches into the blacksmith's apron underneath, leather pouches, pretends and kind of pulls up a coin piece, sets it down. Then grabs up the armor and the weapon, as well as the hammer. Sets down the hammer nearby, a large stockpile of raw material, metal, and then takes the scimitar and the leather armor inside of the actual shop, disappearing to the side entrance for a brief period. Then returns out. Moves back to the anvil. Continues to work on the great sword that leans aside. Actually, first putting it into the forge to reheat it. Continues to elongate the blade. Anything else you want to accomplish here?
Nope, that was all. I wander back out to the rest of the group.
Alright. So you wander back out to the rest of the group inside of this kind of smithing sort of area of the Merchants District, and eventually come to Felix and Costas and Costas, and then I'm pronouncing that right. Cos. I have a difficulty with your character's name now. Like, I'm trying to like Cos. It's Costas, right? Are you here?
Yeah, Costas, yeah.
Costas. Okay, good. My pronunciation with words is absolutely horrible. That one's going to take me a long time, I think. Costas. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I should start making fancy names then.
No, you make fancy names. I gotta learn. It takes me some more time to learn it. That's all it is, because I can't use the phonetics of it. Which I'll Costas. Okay. So
Your next
you're there,
character needs to be Bob.
Bob. That's perfect. So you come out to
Kevin.
Felix, Costas, and then Thea is going to accompany you as well. So we'll have Thea just with you all, right? And kind of that ghost mode. So eventually, kind of meet back up after selling the wares, which was relatively quick. I'm going to advance the time clock at this stage. Just continue to move, and it's reaching noon at this point.
Okay, so do you guys have any plans for the day?
Plans?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the other ones got off to, but I think they were supposed to go meet up with the Lord, but
Yeah, maybe we need to do that, but like,
and then I think later on we were supposed to go back and see your mom, your teacher, your boss. I don't know, whoever.
let's say colleague. That's probably the best way of saying it, is colleague.
And Red, I think you said something about going back to the greenhouse. Is that right?
Yes, I have to go back to the greenhouse to make good on a deal.
Well, I'm happy to introduce you all to the Lord, but I don't think we got the full party, so I don't know if we want to try to see if we can't push that till tomorrow, or I don't know what time it is. I feel strangely disconnected from the world at the moment.
As far as pushing it to tomorrow goes, I think we should probably at least get the basic meeting done as soon as possible. We can go back and talk to them more later if they wish, if the Lord seems interested, but again, this is kind of an important event. The more it spreads, the more attention it attracts, the more complicated things might get. So I think we should probably try to at least like get the basic information to the Lord as soon as possible. Like we can get like a more detailed meeting once we have the whole party.
But I mean, I'm sorry, I'm new to this party, and you're the new guy, so I think we should let the most experienced among us kind of bow deference to.
Oh no, yeah, I'm saying this from the point of a paladin who's like in service to the Lord, not as a party. I'm just like, yes, we should get the information to the Lord as soon as possible. That's my point of view here. Like
Yeah, sure, whatever, nerd. Yeah, so what do you think? There, you're awfully quiet. You all right?
I'm doing
No.
great.
Okay. So, Reg Moore, you are our fearless leader right now. Where are we doing?
Why we need to go talk to the Lord?
I think it was that they wanted to know the story. I can't quite remember.
well, this entry is kind of like a representative of divinity, and you did kind of talk to them. It's a pretty major event. I mean, I'm not exactly gonna say it.
There's also, they might know something about the dragon attack, and that might be able to help us out, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there was no discussion about speaking to the Lord in terms of out of character, right? What happened with the dragon and things, but in Casa, you have not heard anything about that they have done that with the dragon. They've talked about it. So in your actual mind with how that works is that you still understand that the dragon plagues patrols. You understand the dragon does that. Why the defenses are about a little bit of the militarization beyond that order of the Lord kind of calling on the banner. And so there isn't any conversation about that. But out of character, yeah, the Lord could be really helpful if you're all wanting to talk to the Lord about the dragon or give an update about what happened with that. That could be a good resource there, and even potentially a reward.
Right, now that I remember, I don't think they had a set meeting with you guys. I think they just hold court around noon, and that'd be an ideal time to talk to them.
Yep.
But I imagine they hold court every day, so we could go Daco for sure, but I feel like we should have everybody here to do that, and it would just be, two new guys and oddly silent chick, and Greg, you really be on your own to kind of represent your party there.
Yeah. Does he hold court every day? I think I should know that. Costas is gonna kind of just start walking around looking for a guard, or like someone who would know that. Like just.
That information was actually given by Valria that the Lord holds court on midday for a couple hours, and it is a public court, so it's essentially getting in line, right? Getting to speak your case if there's something happening and you're in the Lord and you want to speak to the Lord, and that's something that's very much in a monarchy that has occurred in medieval times. So you know that they hold that. It's a public kind of appearance. You, though, Costas, would know that there is instead of waiting in line and waiting to speak to the Lord, you can actually take authority and just get your mom and get an audience immediately. And you, in addition, could potentially call upon an audience of the Lord given a circumstance or a reason without having any sort of time for public court. You can just go there. But you first need to set that in motion to be able to do that, right? But you going into the actual keep's grounds, like through that wall, and then getting into the keep, for you're free to go in. You're not barred from going into the keep.
So it's not like a once a week or once a month thing. It's every single day.
Every single day they have public court for a couple hours at noon, which is the sun's highest in the sky, right? That's kind of they note time a little bit there, and then as far as getting an audience with the Lord, if you don't want to hold it within the public time frame, you can actually set that in motion and attempt to make that happen.
Hey, so I could get us a private audience if you'd prefer that. I mean, I don't think I'd rather not, as I'd have to ask some people about it. Probably have some explaining to do.
Well, I think that good to know. But I still think we should have everybody together. So maybe if there's other business, I don't know, play some cards, maybe some jobs posted. Not anything else that we want to do. Be awkward.
Well, if we don't have any other business in Othema. The dwarf city up north is having issues. Could go talk with them.
How far away is that, Dan?
To get to Tholnir.
Yeah.
So, what was been described to you is that Tholnir has been attacked, and what that has occurred there, with the refugees kind of spilling down, is that the city itself is, might not even exist in that fashion. So you can go there and try to see about like what exactly that means, right? What's going on. As far as going distance-wise, right? Because that's kind of the question you pose, like how far is it to go there? You'd be looking at a day and a half worth of travel from your current location on foot. And then if you had horses, obviously you would quicken the pace to get there. Tholnir is very close to Othema.
Maybe, but I think that's the thing, both, get permission and also, set up like kind of contract situation to get paid if you're going to do anything there. It'll be a bit away. And again, we'd be leaving everybody else behind in the city.
If you guys aren't comfortable like going to speak the Orlao, which I understand, then you want to like wait for everyone. Maybe you could do some work. I mean, it seems like you guys are adventurers of some kind, from what I've seen. Like you seem heavily armed. I think I saw Dirty Joe working on some very strange-looking armor. So maybe you guys could try to look into some problems in town. I mean, there have been some I saw some disappearances. I mean, again, it's a large town. There's always disappearances. Maybe you could, if you guys want to stay in town, maybe you could do that, or maybe you could kind of just mess around. I mean,
Yeah, sure. Where do we go? Look, where you work? You live here, right? So where do we go for work?
for work,
So like a job board.
DM, is there a job board?
For you, your work that you would know about, your
Yeah,
job
I-
would be sitting on your couch. And you'd be sipping Mai Tais. No, there is an adventurers guild known as the Emberock that they often have postings if there's things adventuring and whatnot. The issue with it is that if you were to go there and take an assignment talking to the guild master inside of that Emberock field, that guild house, you understand that there's actually a limit to what the Emberock can do right now because of the actual dragon that plagues. That the Lord has put out an order that, unless you're a trader or merchant or traveler coming south, right, back and forth, there's not much that you can do. It has to be handled by soldiers because of the dragon that plagues. So they don't really want public to necessarily go out, adventure type folk to go out and then get killed or something bad to happen. They want to protect them, which is what that order's for. Not to say that there aren't postings upon there that people are calling for, hey, I need help with this and that. You're just not going to see anything sort of grand and scheming of being like, oh, there's a monster plaguing my land. Right? That's not going to be something that's posted up at the current time.
Okay. As far as work goes, I know about it. My mom tells me I should get a job like every day. There's an adventurers guild. They're a bit limited since they can't leave the town that easily, but they could probably have some smaller things. Maybe some more minor, like not minor, but kind of more medium-sized jobs that take place inside the town, so it's less risk of dragons. Also, we could probably go to the guard. I mean, they would be a lot less trusting to give us a job, but if I like call in a few favors, I could probably find something. They'd have some different options in the guild. I mean, I can't make any promises there, but there's a possibility. Yeah,
You can also
That's all I
just
can
take,
think
you
of.
can also take costs. You can take it to your house if you want to enter.
you want me? Can you please repeat that?
You can take them to your house, your manor, house morning light if you really.
We could also drop by my home if you want to. I mean, you guys are new in town.
Oh, sure, that'd be great. Maybe we should
Oh,
stop
yeah.
by and pick up the other guy. Sala.
Okay then. I guess that's totally fine. Yep. Let's go.
Okay.
Then he's gonna kind of like just start slowly walking towards wherever he saw wherever he thinks Othala is. Kind of like.
Okay.
Can I interject and do something here?
Yeah, I mean, you're just at this point with Maria inside of the vault, and you're just going through your books.
Okay. Seeing that it's 12, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna first cast Arcane Eye, and if I'm remembering correctly, they did say that they were gonna hold court in the Holy District.
Are you talking about speaking with the Lord?
Yeah, they were doing that in the Holy District, or it was in the
No,
different one?
they hold court in the keep inside of the actual keep, the actual throne.
Okay. Well, in that case, then scratch that. I'm just gonna send a sending spell to Reg, and I'm going to say that I found Kalan. She is currently in the inn. Gain some research, not too much. Are we heading to the keep right now, or what are we doing? Because if anything, I can just stay here and study. Oh, and you can reply to this message.
We're figuring that out. Want to eat a dragon?
Is that what you're responding with?
Yes.
So that was your sending spell that you sent out?
I mean, yeah, he had 25 words. That's all he gave me.
Yeah,
That's all I get.
That's all you get?
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna continue studying till whatever, if they come and pick me up or not.
Okay.
Othal is at the library studying. Wherever that is.
The Library of Light, right?
Yep.
Well, but that's connected to the cathedral, isn't it?
Not connected, but they're right next to each other, yeah.
Right. Yeah, right. This way. Head back to the cathedral next to the Library of Light. You try to go and crash Atala's Nerdfest.
So you get there to the Library of Light. I won't go through. I went through a description prior to that. That kind of oval-shaped structure going through the eastern entrance or even the northern entrance. Those are kind of the two smaller ones. You eventually come in. There's some initiates in there and looking about quite a lot, and you're able to kind of ask about giving a little bit of description of the character you're looking for, and they kind of point you towards the underbelly. One actually takes you down there, this dwarf, and takes you underneath the structure, eventually to the vault door. And Othala, you're studying inside. Eventually, that vault door opens. You can see the rest of your party beginning to funnel in. Maria kind of stands up a little bit and talks with the dwarf very briefly, and they just exchange pleasantries and whatnot. And the dwarf kind of raises the hand and disappears, headed for back upstairs. And Maria just in the space again, accompanying you in the vault as always, and sits down. And we lost David.
He went invisible. This is all this goblin does.
No. David's invisible.
Oh, yeah, I made it. Thought y'all were gonna leave me here.
Well, we're trying to figure out what we're planning on doing. Easier the talking person.
Where's Joe? Where you go?
Joe is working on some tanning work. Both tanning and leatherworking down in the Merchant District.
So is he getting a tan while leather working?
I tried to tell him it's snowy up here. It's hard to get it, but you know.
Oh, okay. Weird. Anyways, I'm pretty much done here. I can come back, Maria, if that's fine by you.
Of
The
course
library
you can come
closes.
back. The library does not close. We are open into the night.
Amazing. I love this place already.
You hear that, buddy? Why don't you come back at night?
Looks towards you.
I doubt that's what she meant, Felix.
Yeah, she's an initiate of light.
Yeah? Don't worry,
I mean-
I'll help you out.
I don't want to be like rude or anything, but Felix, if you keep talking like that, a paladin is gonna punch you.
Anyways, let's stop soloing this room. This is a very nice place. Leave the bunker. We're leaving.
Okay. You're leaving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Maria.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Of course.
Um,
And I most likely won't be here if you come late at night. I will be headed home, but there's others here that can help you. And I will put these books away for you, and of course, you'll be able to ask around and connect with somebody else.
I'll give a
Headed home to your spouse?
My spouse? No. Not married, or I date. No partner.
Oh, okay. Well, just asking. Let's go, Athala.
Thank you, Maria. I'll give a good recommendation to the higher ups about your help. Thank you.
Told you.
And may 1,000 blessings of Halo be upon you.
May the knowledge of the Luxon stay with you.
Begin to leave the Library of Light, heading out back into the courtyard of the Suntree Cathedral after kind of getting back upstairs, going through the western entrance there. And you come out into the courtyard filled with those large canopy tents and different dwarvish refugees here from Thulnir standing about, paladins, clerics healing and treating and whatnot. And you are ambiance music here, and you're left to your own devices once more.
Felix, I appreciate the help and all,
Oh, you're welcome.
but I'm not really looking for anything like that. Got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, you like a bigger, kind of a chubby chaser. Got it. Noted. Take out. You see, Felix take out the notepad, write something down in it.
Othala's just like in a shocked face. He's just no words. Okay, so Keith Falar, right? Court? What are we doing?
Well, I guess it depends on you guys. You're the ones that are kind of knowledgeable about what happened. I don't know if you want to, go and talk to the Lord to share what's going on, or we talked about appointments we have later tonight with Costas's, your mom, your aunt, somebody.
No, I have two parents. It's not just gonna be my mom, but yeah, like I can set a meeting through them if we need to. We can also, I don't want to be I'd be happy to host you people at my home if you would be comfortable there.
Oh, I'm talking about the priestess. She said she wanted us to come back.
Oh no, yeah, no, that was no relation, just fellow believers, Palor. No biological relation.
Well, it seemed like she knew you, but okay.
Well,
She's friends with my mom, and obviously I'm a paladin, but we've met a few times.
Just a completely unrelated Costas. How large would you say your mom is?
I don't feel comfortable answering that question.
thank you, Costas. Thank you.
Weird.
Anyways,
Also, I'd recommend that just for your own safety, you avoid asking questions like that around her.
Like, how big are we talking? Like 1, 2, or 3 Regmores?
standing next to each other or on top?
Yes.
Okay.
What would be? I thought if you had to put your reference on 1, 2, or 3 Redmoors, what would it be?
I never really got asked that question, so I don't know how to think about it.
I'm asking you now.
I'd like to leave this conversation.
Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Note to yourself. Athala doesn't like questions.
No, I like questions, just none relating to my love life.
Scratch that. Doesn't like ones related to his love life. Got it.
Thank you. Anyways, so we have till sunset. Major topic, till sunset, to come back to this cathedral.
What's that sunset?
We come back to speak to Valeria about...
Red, he doesn't like questions. Be careful.
If it makes you feel better, 1 Regmore. You can write that down.
Noted.
Okay. Anyways. So.
I would like to go either visit Kalan, or if we're not anything pressing, talk to the Lord to go eat a dragon. Or, if we have a long period of time, I do have land to go to attend to.
You have land to tend to? What does that mean?
I got land in the greenhouse now. Or will.
Reg, we've been here for 2 hours.
Yes?
We've been here for 2 hours in a city we just came to today, and you own land already.
Is that not good?
It's fantastic. I just I didn't think you could do something like that.
I just asked for a plot of land. All I have to do is, work a little magic over here and increase their yield for a year.
Druidic crack. Okay.
Wait, on you, Regamore here. You might save many lives from famine. If that's I don't believe it'll be too much of an issue, but you're doing a great thing for the good of the city.
I'm doing it for the clan Stonefist.
Well, you'll be helping everyone, so. Of course you can do it for them, but you'll be helping everyone else in the process. So I just wanted to thank you as a citizen of Thema.
And you don't grow any spices here, and can't stand for that.
Oh yeah, that really does need to be fixed.
Okay.
Make spices more accessible to the common people. Would be great for quality of life.
Cinnamon. So, Kalan. So let's make a list. We have Kalan on the list. We can go to Costas, right? Costas's place. You can go to the keep, or if you want to, Reg, we can also speak to some of the people from Clan Stonefist, and see what happened with this dragon. Get some
Playing Alderfist, by the way.
Alderfist. My fault. We could go to the Clan Alderfist refugees and see about what happened with this dragon. Maybe get some first-person accounts. To be honest, I only want to go to Kalan because I want my ballista back. So she kind of blew me off when I sent her a message. So I just want to mend some bridges there, but mainly get our weapon back and
Keep playing to carry around a ballista with us.
It's our ballista. I plan to keep it in my room if I have to.
Okay, doesn't seem like a very mobile thing, but sure.
No, it's mobile. Right now it's on her cart, so it's moving around.
I'm all for it.
What's ours is
I met
ours.
this lady, how large would you say she is?
She looks like Thea.
Okay. Cross her off the list.
Insight check. Is Felix disappointed? Or is he excited?
I think Felix is disappointed for you. So I'm getting the gist of right now.
Yeah, he's just disappointed in me completely. So, Kalan then? I know she's at the inn. I don't know if she's there currently.
I don't see why not. We should go talk to her. Glad that she made it. We did kind of abandon her.
No, Reg. You went to go meet your clan leader in the middle of a snow plain, and then we chased you.
You did what now?
Oh, it's water under the bridge. We learned our lessons.
My elder was talking to me. He wanted some coffee, and found a ruined thing in a frozen lake. We had a vision thing of something, and we, after the vision, jumped on some wolves, met some giants, ate a dragon.
Right. Oh, that's what you shared with me. Yep. All tracks.
I mean, if you want to see Reg basically force us to go walk off the road, then yeah, I could show you that. But
That'd be a cool trick. Let's see it.
sure, why not, Felix? I'll give him a ribbon, and I'll show Reg transforming into a seal, diving underwater.
Oh, you're fancy. I can do a little bit of magic too, but nothing like that. That's crazy. Trained him to seal.
Like, are you well versed in magic, or is it just mundane?
I'm okay.
I do some magic too.
Can I insight with that?
What are you inciting specifically about?
If he's trying to throw off how much magic he does know.
Attempt to roll insight, yeah?
Okay. No, yeah, with the +4, that doesn't help me anyways, so I'll just stick with the 6.
Felix's posture and body, talking quickly and moving hands around, giving a little bit of a beautiful description and words, and you're just captivated by how well they speak. It seems to you that everything they're telling you is truthful and not giving you anything that would inform you that they would be hiding, moving about.
Okay. Well, oh no, you're a storyteller, right, Felix?
Yep, that's the main thing. What I can do with props too. Does anybody have a rope?
I have a small rope from my climber's kit. Sure, here.
Okay. I'm gonna take like a 10-foot section of that rope and cut it off with my dagger. Hand Othala back the rest of the rope. All right, now watch. Ragmar, if you will, can you just hold this end here?
He'll hold the end.
And kind of very carefully wrap the rope kind of in a circle. Dun-dun. Yes, right here. All around to get to the other side of Reg. And then kind of take out a pen and mark where the two parts of the ropes overlap. And I'll set it down on the ground, and I'll kind of walk the paces out of it. Okay, thank you. That's it. Put that inside my bag.
What the fuck was that?
What?
Is something supposed to happen, or that was the whole thing?
It's a long form trick. You'll see the other part of it later on.
Oh, it takes time.
Yes, it's a long form trick.
You don't have any magic that is instantaneous.
Do you have a coin on you?
No, I'm not giving you anything else.
Okay, rude.
You just cut my rope. It took it. I'm still waiting
I'll
for
give
the
it back.
results.
I will give it back with a gift inside of it.
I don't even know what that means. Here's a piece of copper. I'm intrigued now.
All right. Now watch it quickly while I make it disappear. And I'll try to palm the coin in a sleight of hand.
Okay, big slide hand check. $23. It indeed. Well, it's disappeared.
Othala just looks at him, looks at his hand. Felix, I hate you. I'm just gonna walk away.
It.
Insulting my intelligence. Why?
Gonna add 1 copper to my inventory.
There you go. And a piece of rope.
And feet of rope.
Hey, you never know when that 10 feet's gonna come in handy.
That is true. Felix is amazing. He is amazing.
Reg will just clap slow.
Thank you. Not as talented as you, but we all have our tricks. Right. So what do we? I'm sorry, I got distracted. What are we doing now?
Go talk to Kalan.
Sure.
All right. Headed
Right,
to
yes.
the Stormy Inn.
Oh shit. We gotta get a book for Joe. Gotta get what is it? 2 horns in 1 bush?
I think so. Or was it 2 horns or 2 bushes and 1 horn?
I think that's part 2. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure.
Can't answer that for you. So eventually you all make your way, kind of working yourself through the Holy District, headed in the eastern direction, going through that semi-arch entrance with a double wooden door that's open, could be barred. No towers again, nothing on the interior wall. It's not very tall either. So eventually you get through the drift. You're kind of winding your way through the main roads, staying away from the alleyways. They're quite tight and also riddled with debris and garbage. You eventually get to this particular area in this block. You can see the Mountainside Tavern on your left and the Stormy Inn to your right.
Ostus is going to take a quick look around to make sure there's nothing suspicious.
Roll perception. 12. Staring around, you can see that there are 2 common folk talking over here. As you do, you can overhear them speaking about pickles, particularly fermenting cabbage as well.
Seems like completely normal. Common folk things.
Come in, you can see Strella there, the innkeeper here. Continuing, there looks like a new book. It's not the same book, perhaps, who knows? But as you can see, this one is 2 trees and 1 root. Reading it. Oh, hello. Welcome back. Seen you before. Looks like are you in need of a room?
No, I'm just tagging along.
Oh. All right then. And you, your name? Do you need a room? Looks towards Felix.
Bella, darling, I got the suite.
Oh my word! I didn't. That's you? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just absolutely lost in this book. I had sworn, of course.
No, it's okay. You know what? You can make it up for me. Would you mind
Please.
standing up in your chair for a second?
Oh yes.
Kind of like hold up the rope and just kind of visualize. Does it look like it would fit a wreck more in there?
Does it look like it would fit a Regmore within the circular of the part of the rope?
Does she look like at least one size of a Regmore?
Strella is not. Strella is maybe a quarter of.
Okay, never mind. You're good. Thank you.
Oh, Felix, I do apologize. Yes, sweet. Just get lost sometimes, silly me. So how can I help you? Are you in need of a bath? Are you in need of some food? I can run across the street.
Yeah, but looking for a friend of ours, Kalan. Have you seen her? We heard she was staying here.
Oh yes, Kalan is in one of the common rooms, the common chambers. I can knock on the door if you'd like.
Oh, I wouldn't want to interrupt. What room was that?
That room is going to be the second one down to the left. You should see the room numbers. They go kind of stagger to the right, and then they come back around. So, yeah, just let me point it out to you. It's far easier. I apologize. This one here.
Oh, good. And actually, I was meaning to ask you about that book. Would you mind? Can I kind of look it over?
My book?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Why not? Yes. Yeah. I'm not sure if you would like this one. I really don't know. It's not for everyone. It's two trees, one
Kind
root.
of chatter up and distract her while everybody else is going to talk to Kalan.
The story here.
Do I hear anything?
Roll perception.
Great.
$15 as you put your ear to the door, a voice comes through. Can I help you?
Yeah, it's Sotala. Spoke earlier.
And you've come to my room?
Hi, Kalan.
Hello.
We came to apologize.
The arms. Oh, really? Come to apologize.
Yeah. We're sorry that we abandoned our post that we were supposed to protect the caravan. We're glad that you made it here. We met up with the giant clan up north and we killed a dragon.
Wow. That sounds very exciting.
I sense a bit of distrust and I guess annoyance, maybe.
Oh, you mean leaving a caravan full of precious materials destined for a thing which you've worked out to accompany this caravan, and well, sure enough, you've all tally-hoed.
Kalan, I was not present at the time of the transgression that you are describing.
And
But
who are you?
personally, I am Costas. Costas Morninglight.
And how did you find these two idiots?
I found them at the church.
Church. Interesting.
I just wanted to say that I personally believe that all people deserve second chances, and I think that they had to. It was a genuine mistake people could make, at least from what I understand. I haven't given a full, detailed explanation of the situation, but it seems somewhat understandable what they did.
Well, it seems like you need to forgive yourself as well, fronting these two idiots.
For what now? Could you please repeat?
Oh, for befriending these two idiots. You should forgive yourself.
Perhaps I should. They've done some strange things, but
What is it, and why are you really here? Obviously, looks towards Raymore, wants to apologize. Apology is somewhat accepted. I really don't care about that. My mission is completed, my quest. And, well, I'm taking my coin and staying in a nice warm bed, getting some good food at the tavern across the way, and then after that, do whatever the fuck I please. So why are you exactly here at my door?
Well, like my friend said, apologies or whatnot. I just honestly wanted to plead my case. I felt like earlier you brushed me off, and yeah. Um, there's a way. I guess like we could speak to Pelu and brush over any misconceptions that we had. We got. I'm not trying to make any excuses. We got distracted on our mission, um, and we felt on a different type of quest. But rendezvousing back here and making sure everybody is alright is mainly what we wanted to do. Um, you can keep the ballista and any any payment that Pelu wants to send back or anything, I will speak to him personally and I will make that my mission. So just wanted to relay that to you. I appreciate you taking the caravan and everything. And again, sorry for leaving you out there alone dealing with that after that whole worm insect incident.
All right. Well, if you need your ballista, that's something you still acquire. Commander Ringla Uku has it at Fort Frostbeard. Rock Mining Company wagons. They hold on to him for a brief period. We return them.
Okay, and everybody's okay. Timothy's good. Everything.
Timothy? Is Timothy good? How do you think Timothy is?
I would hope he's well and alive.
If you were there, you would know.
All right, I'm immediately walking off and I'm sending a sending spell to Timothy. um, just asking if he's okay. Timothy, where are you? Are you
Just
all
the
right?
unlocks it. Send a message.
Costas just gonna stare at the door a bit. Like you're not gonna like he's gonna have his jaw slightly open and he's gonna be thinking, "Man, that was badass." Then he's gonna like, kind of just walk away.
So hot. Oh, Gus. I love it.
the best.
Oh, the best.
No, it was just badass. That's like
Badass. Ooh, so strong. So you sent a sending message here. Destined for Timothy. Timothy responds back. Oh, I'm great.
Oh, fucking man. I hate her. I hate her.
Oh, I'd love to keep talking about this trailer, but looks like my friends are done with their business.
Oh, and
the
that
book,
is
the
how
book.
the root embedded itself into the soil. Could you imagine?
Oh, I can imagine.
Is he alive?
He's alive. Kalan's just an asshole.
Ah.
I mean, it's probably what we deserve anyways. So
I mean, she's not gonna hunt us down like the giants are, but
hey, I mean it's only frost giants. It's not like all giants are following us.
it's a clan of, or multiple clans of frost giants.
I mean,
You guys have giants following you? That's probably not something you should just go around like saying. And
Yeah, that
Oh,
does
man.
not sound good.
No. They're not following us anymore. If we go back north and they see us, they'll kill us.
Oh my word.
Right, so south it is, huh?
I mean, yes. could maybe soothe it over if we find a dragon egg and kill it that one of our friends took, but
Reg, no more. That's a lot.
The chosen ones kidnapped a dragon egg, and the giants went to kill them. Do you need to write in my book?
Oh, it sounds like you all have been through quite a number.
Oh yeah, they're real special. They're heroes.
They're
Except for this guy,
heroes.
he's a newbie.
Are you
He's a
heroes?
newbie.
Is that true? Oh, with that.
I'm a
Yeah.
cook.
I wouldn't call myself a hero.
Call yourself a hero. And you're a cook?
What a hero would say.
Wow,
Are you writing me as a hero in your story?
You're a complicated anti-hero who's forlorn, looking for love that's just the right size. Fit. Can't quite fit. I don't describe that one yet.
The synopsis sounds pretty good already.
Well, this conversation is a little bit awkward, but of course you
Yeah, we're leaving. Bye.
can sit around if you'd like. I don't mind the company, but
Where do you get your books from? I wanted to ask that. Where is there a bookstore nearby?
my books.
Mhm.
This is actually my private collection here. These I got from Paxina at Fort Farron.
Paxino. Are they all the same author?
Oh yes, Paxina wrote these.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. Seems pretty interesting. I know Joe was interested in them, so Paxine, you say, right?
Paxina
Okay, Paxina. I'll look
at
into
Fort
her
Farron.
books. Thank you.
She took me in when I became a refugee. Very nice lady.
A refugee. Where did you come from?
I come from a gnomish village known as Jinrula. I was made refuge by undead. Nasty business.
And was this recent or a long time ago?
It was some time. Some months, years now. Time is fleeting, I imagine. Get lost in my books and try to move on.
Well, we have to talk about this if you're willing to. I'd like to know about.
Why do we have to talk about this? Is this a part of your being a hero business?
No, I find places intriguing and locations like that and such. Just wanted to know your story as well. A
Oh,
little
are
bit
you a
like Felix
bard?
said. No, I would call myself more of a wandering historian.
A wandering historian. Wow. Maybe you'd spend some time in the Grand Library of Elathan then. Perhaps they'll have use of you.
I've heard about that. I should. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, enjoy your read.
All right. Farewell. Let me know if you need a bath or anything else, and when you return, I'll expect you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, crossing Kalan off my list. That wasn't very fun.
It didn't go well.
No, I didn't get my ballista, and she kind of
She's mad.
yeah.
Well, what's next, boys?
Yeah. Well, onwards. Do we have
Maybe
other?
we could have sent Dirty Joe to talk to her, because she took a shine to him.
He did like Dirty Joe, but he's apprenticing right now. We live and we learn. So what was next on the agenda? We had
The Lord?
Did we want to go to the Lord? I remember Felix being strongly opposed to. At
We're
least
not
maybe
trying to
not
pose. It's
strongly.
just, you know, you and me, guys, we don't really know necessarily, their whole story. It's weird saying, "Oh, these guys did this,"
Yeah, we currently, I guess, stay as with Joe right now. So we're missing two. Is there a way for us to maybe schedule an appointment with the Lord at a later date? Do you have any?
He holds court every day, so we can just go tomorrow.
I could also probably, again, I could probably get us a meeting. Yeah, if you don't want to do it in public, I mean, as a public court, you might be giving away some sensitive information, so maybe doing it surrounded by people might not be the best option.
Oh, you
What?
know people, huh?
What
I mean, I am a paladin.
sensitive information?
Well,
You
I'm not certain, but based on the fact that you guys seem to have a long story, I don't know how much of that you guys would want to tell in front of everyone.
process. Can I ask what your rank is, in this city?
I'm a paladin. I suppose there are technically paladin ranks, but I'm more kind of just in the order, and I'm called upon given I'm not currently serving in any army. I
So
retired.
you're a cadet.
No, that's not how it works. I used to be a soldier. I became a paladin and all that. And well, paladins are kind of think of us as something kind. I am a noble, but I'm maybe being in reserve would be the better description of what I am.
You're a
I
bannerman.
don't really active. I don't know. Yeah. Well,
That's
how would
the
you
title.
describe?
The title that is bestowed to you as a noble paladin that takes no station in a standing army is a bannerman. You're like militia, in a way.
I know, but that's basically just like saying I'm noble. That's right. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the same jurisdiction.
He's rich for doing, being related to somebody else that was rich.
Oh, okay.
I do actually have like some kind of like rank and authority. It's just that like I'm currently
Yes,
not
my
like doing.
liege.
Okay, so you can get us a private meeting, is what I'm hearing, whether
Yeah.
it's by your standards or someone else's. Okay. So maybe we can just reschedule this for another day, possibly, because I prefer it being private. We have some information I'd rather not let out, and I assume most of the people in our party wouldn't want that as well. So
So
I
then,
can see parents in, huh? Oh, sorry, Reg. You were saying
what are we gonna do?
Well, yeah, there's many things we can do. We could go to the Adventurers Guild. We could maybe ask around to like some of the guards, see if there's anything going on. Maybe talk to someone of high rank in like the city guard or in the military. Ask them if we could help with anything. But, I mean, I'm sure we can find something if you guys wanna.
maybe some bounties or hooligans that need to be rounded up. Somebody that needs an escort, some uppity up.
Yeah. So there's always things for if you know where to look. That's usually what I end up doing if I'm or just praying and thinking and walking around.
You pick up odd jobs?
I mean, I have to do something, so I do the occasional odd job. Yeah, I could probably get.
Does Costas look like he's ever really done manual labor?
Not in the sense of hard, rigorous manual labor. They do show signs that they're strong and fit.
Right, I'm sure you're quite the worker.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I'm not doing like farming odd jobs. I mean, I am still paladin. I'm kind of doing like maybe like investigating like some disappearance or.
Right, skilled labor. Got it. All right, well, show us the way.
To where I gave a lot of possibilities. Like,
mean,
anything in specific you want to do?
isn't there a message board like across the street, or do we have to go to the Adventurers Guild?
Well, the message board is for more kind of, at least from what I understand, is for more like kind of broad jobs. You know, like if you're looking for jobs that be more for people with combat skills like yourself, the Adventurers Guild might be a better option.
There's a
Well,
bunch
over
of
here
missing
it says
people.
So on this message board, which was actually described to you when we first kind of came to this place, on here, it's very small trading kind of things. People are looking for farm goods, things to exchange. There's also a search for things. On this particular board, there's a lot of, have you seen this person? Where did this person go? There's numerous of those that are kind of dotting, placed upon this board. Many of them seem to be quite old. They've been here for a while, and there's no kind of contact information or anything wrote upon them. It's just these names. And according to you, Costa, since you've been in the city the majority of your life, none of these names you're familiar with. Essentially, they're passerbys, travelers, folk that don't actually live here.
Are there like images, like portraits drawn of these people, or just names?
Only a few of them actually have portraits, sketches, primarily gold maybe to spend on them. Costas, you understand these referred to as the disappearing people, missing people, that actually has plagued the city for several months. There's passerbys, adventurers, and travelers and things that seem to have gone missing. Of most recent is a lesser noble, as Randall Gurn, which is the first time a citizen of the actual city, albeit someone who moved here only recently, has disappeared. Investigation was held at their manor by Commander Ringler, which fronts the investigation. Commander Ringler, who is the primary and first commander of Fort Frostburg and the Guard.
Yeah, as you can see, there's not too much stuff for people with your skills. I suppose maybe you could look into the disappearances, but those have been happening for months now, and yeah, it's not exactly something you get done in a day. That'd be even that.
No,
I
but
doubt.
maybe we could pick up on some clues. Maybe get it started.
I mean, I do have some weird magic. Not gonna lie. I can possibly answer that question. Maybe I could find out some information right now.
Well, before you did that, let's see if we can get paid for it.
Yeah. Okay. If we're gonna be looking for that, it'd probably be best to go to the person who's holding the investigation and ask them for pay, because there's no contact info on.
Right, it says here, Commander Igloo. You know Commander Igloo?
I believe he's the commander at Fort Frosthorn.
Frostbeard.
Frostbeard.
Yeah, I'm gonna paste it in the chat.
Sure. Still, my question is real quick, but if we want to go talk to him personally, I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Put a face to the name.
Okay then. Yeah, let's go then.
Fort Frostbeard. Okay.
Just real quick before we leave the notice board, of the hand-drawn portraits, are any of these thicker female humanoids?
Give me a perception check. 10. Staring through. One of them seems perhaps mate. On closer inspection, it's too difficult to tell, but you're feeling like it will work.
I'll take the portrait out. Pocket, put it in my breast pocket.
Okay. All right, Fort Frostbeard. Sound good?
Onward and tally ho.
Onward and tally ho. All right. So, let us back onto this map. So, Fort Frostbeard is this structure. It actually sits on a large kind of plateau above the city's wall. I mentioned that the city itself is staggered. Fort Frostbeard accompanies kind of this plateau that serves. And I mentioned there was a small keep that's up there. There's buildings up there, and there's a wall that kind of surrounds it. Inner works with the outer wall as well. Some networking, right? And so it kind of provides that beautiful aesthetic to the city. But it's old. Fort Frostbeard is the original place. I mean, essentially, Fort Frostbeard, Ducassus was built in addition to the outpost that actually bartered and trade and pilgrimage right for the Sun Tree. And Fort Frostbeard was put here by the Sular Kingdom to defend the Sun Tree. That's why this position is put here. Defend it from monsters, creatures, also the people pilgriming here from the Frostrealm, and give them protection maybe even from the elements. So, I'm going to go ahead and activate that scene as you begin to pass through the military district, which filled with numerous amounts of barracks, like 2, 3-story type structures with windows and things. And there's lots of guards and banners and things all about here in this space. There's also individual traders and stuff that have pitched up, agricultural goods sold to the guard and soldiers that exist in here. And this housing is very similar to the Drift. It's just more upscale. There's not any straw thatching here, and the alleyways themselves are slightly larger, and it's just a section of the actual city that's noted as housing for soldiers. That's primarily why it's distinguished as the military district, and it includes the Fort Frostbeard. I'm going to activate this map. So, upon the plateau that serves to reside for Frostbeard, a small keep with 4 levels, many of which need repair. Arrow slits cover the thick stone walls built for the plateau itself. A single double wooden door leads into a small trap corridor lined with arrow slits interior corridor. So this is the keep itself that's up there, right? And that's what you're kind of seeing above in the actual scope, the large keep that's in Fort Frostbeard. Fort Frostbeard itself is an outcropping of rock and Othema that contains it. And the lower level of the fort sits about 20 feet above the city level. Fort Frostbeard Keep sits about 35 feet above the city level. Outer and interior wall reside about 15 feet are made of crude stone. Towers are about 6 feet higher than the wall and protrude outwards. There are a few along the walls and are mainly found nearby the double wooden doors that lead through the walls. So this particular wall that's on the outside doesn't actually have, it kind of faces the city. It doesn't have an interior space as the outer walls do. And then in addition to that, the towers are not really covered, right? They're open. There's guard up here that kind of just reside. There's some staircases that lead up into the walls themselves to get on top of it, but it's really crude and brick stone. It's really weathered and old. The structures inside are mainly straw, clay, and they're kind of broken down. And then the keep itself has more intimidating defenses, right? And that's what you're able to see, which is why I gave that description very briefly of the keep that's up there without having to describe it any further. So you all come into the section of the road where it begins to form into a cobbled path of sorts that winds itself, shoveled and pushed off to reveal that the road seems to be well traveled and leads up to the actual double wooden door that is currently barred and shut. And there are guard and certain things that are up on the wall, ballista as well, that kind of looking around. And the guards just at their posts, minding their own business. Braziers are lit, providing smoke and lighting. And of course, it's daylight, but if it was dark, you'd be able to get some vision from that. And yeah, you're here.
Costas, I say you take the lead. I don't want to get shot by a bolt.
I don't think you'd get shot at just for walking towards it, but yeah. Hello.
Oh, hey, buddy, cousins. What's up, Knight of Dawn? What you doing?
Not much. I was wondering if we could speak to someone, hopefully the commander, about the disappearances recently.
Oh, you're on that now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. How's your mom treating you?
Same old.
Yeah, I heard. Well, at least you're not dealing with this shithole. Alright, well, let's see. Regular! Yeah! Costas here!
Costas whispers under his breath, "Man, does everyone here know my mom?" It's like this entire damn town knows her.
He's famous. I want to meet her.
It's from the bars, the lever and mechanisms move, and the doors just kind of swing open. Again, the wall's not very large, 15 feet, passing through this semi-arched area, cuts through the wall. You can see a tall and strong half-orc male, black war-braided hair that extends down to the shoulders and has a darker green complexion with black eyes, wears a piece of masterwork plate armor and wields a battle axe with a shield. Circuit floor as well as commander's cape adorns them. Large scar across the forehead and most of the back from particularly times fighting war. And so, Costas, you know this individual. You've interacted with this individual, but this person courtesy of when you actually served at Fort Frostbeard, when you actually served as a soldier here, that this was not the actual commander. The commander actually made a transition to wartime along with the company of soldiers, right? And that's already happened. So this is a different commander, and you know that they've received the scarring and the other things based on their wartime. You've spoken with this individual sometimes, seeing them in the Mountainside Tavern as well. And you haven't been to Fort Frostbeard in a long time, right? It's not really a place you go anymore, but you have familiarity with it, and you understand, and see as the half-orc kind of moves forward, and the doors open, allowing you all to enter in.
Ah, Renglar.
Oh, what do you fucking want?
Oh, we were hoping to talk to the commander about the disappearances recently.
I am the commander. God damn.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
You.
Yes. Yes, sir. That's what you should order. I wish you were a soldier again. Put you to work. Shut that door! Good. Was the Knight of Dawn what with the fort now that they left?
What did you say?
I said, what does the Knight of Dawn want with the fort?
Oh, we wanted to inquire about the disappearances recently.
Why would you have any business with that?
Well, we were hoping to help. I mean, it's getting...
For the blessing of your
serious.
poor, innocent paladin heart, you wanted to help. Help the poor, help the innocent, help the weak. Yes, I've heard all that shit before. Yep. I'm running the investigation. For all you that don't know this Casas person, my name is Renglar Uku, commander of Fort Frostbeard and the regiment that's stationed here. If you want any part in helping out with these disappearances, you know to get to stay the fuck out of the way. That's how you can help.
Commander, Uku,
Oh, what are you? Oh. Oh. You a goblin? See a goblin in a long
I am.
time.
Felix Fedicus at your service?
Last time I saw a goblin, I was killing it. It's part of the Vodir down the warfront of the far south.
Yeah, you look pretty mighty. Won't want to cross blades with you. But as a commander of this fortress, surely your time is better spent than tracking down some missing leads.
That's true. I have better and greater things to do.
Of course. So
Steven!
I was,
Muck the stables, what are you doing?
Oh, yes, Commander. What?
Continue.
see, you look so busy already. I think what my fine friend Costas here was trying to say is that we could probably take this off your hands. Get it done. Split any reward.
There's no reward for this, unless you wish to request it. I have no coin to give you. Costas knows that better than anyone. Getting that free money
I'm sure
from
the
Mama.
Lord would reward people handsomely for the return of his people.
It's true, that's true. They get the coin from the Lord. It's magical. Awesome. I like the way you talk. It's nice. It soothes my ears. Lots of ringing. Cannon fire and other sorts of things. Sumerian warships. Ugh.
That sounds brutal.
It is. It's like an insect inside of your inner cranium just tickling away.
And yet you still stand. You are most impressive.
Sorry, roll a flat charisma check.
I am most impressive.
So, if we're gonna take this off your hands, where do you have any leads where to start?
Duroc, my horse. Patricia, bring to me.
Yes, I got. runs off. Ugh. Are you drunk? Pats on the head as the guard runs away. Good one's Patricia. Oh, my beauty. You want coin, we gotta speak to the Lord. I have no authority to put you on this assignment without that Lord's help.
Kind of look back over at Athala and Reg and be like, well, I guess we're having that meeting early, huh?
Yes, sir.
You know anything about the dragon?
The dragon? Which fucking one? Fucking all these dragons now. So many.
More than one dragon?
Perhaps it's the great elder redworm that attacked me in my regiment out of the far south. Or it's the dragon that plagues the trolls and feasts on my soldiers. Or it's this other dragon, or maybe it's the same, that seemed to attack some dwarvish city.
We got attacked by a red one.
Maybe we have this conversation with the Lord?
Shut up! You talk too much. What'd you say? You got attacked by a redwood?
Big red one came out, destroyed ships we were on, or at least some of us were on. Up north, outside, near Harak.
Why, this is the first time I'm hearing of this. No one communicates anything to me! Nobody!
Still the guard looking around.
We killed a white one.
Reg, Sir Uku,
You
rather...
Silence your mouth! Say, speak up! You speak the truth, I hear it. Tell me.
There was a white one up north, plaguing the giants and Harak and caravans. We killed it.
You killed a white dragon.
Ripped his throat out, yes.
Now I'm going to ask plainly to the rest of your companions. Is this true? And don't you dare fucking lie to me. And I love flattery, little goblin Felix, but you only wear so thin. Speak up.
It's true. Again, we'd rather speak about this with the Lord, but it is true.
Let's go ahead. Open the goddamn gate. What are you doing? Slacking?
Just greater.
Let's get out of here.
Reg will look at Athala and Felix. Why does no one believe me when I say I ripped Dragon's throat out?
Reg, because
You
it's
don't
a
like
dragon.
short people, buddy.
It's a dragon. No one knows you could turn into a bear.
As we're following him and we're out of eyesight of the fort, because minor illusion doesn't have any verbal components, I'd like to make sure I'm behind him and just put bunny ears on him whenever
Okay.
he stops at an intersection.
Okay. You see as you're passing through here, getting into the city, right? As you're kind of coming to. Go ahead. Get our ambiance kind of back up here. Laughing and giggling from some of the people on the sidewalks. See as the commanders, what the fuck are you laughing at? Shut up! Just continues to cry through the horse. And
Oh, that
completely
cheeky
oblivious. Completely oblivious to the youth that are up on the back of the head. So, gonna go ahead and set up the scene here. quickly. And then I think probably before we get into that, probably a good time for a break, since this next sequence might be a little bit lengthy in conversation anyway. So you begin to head through, and we'll kind of finish up just in the direction where you're going, and then I'll get to the levels here. Won't give a description of anything like that, but you're heading through the city, and you notice that regular Uku does not really care how fast you move, and so you actually have to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, almost like a half run, chasing down the Ranglar on the actual warhorse that he's referred to as Patricia. And you begin to move through, heading into around the northern side of the Holy District. You notice there's banner, guard, and they kind of look towards Wrangler. They kind of raise up their weapons or their spears, or halberds or glaives. They kind of raise them up and salute, right, and give credit to the commander, who just essentially berates them with, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" kind of thing. Get over there, patrol that street, and kind of yelling out certain things. And they seem to be very on top of being the commander, but they have an extremely short fuse. They're very blunt. They just completely to the task. So, and you wanted to basically, hey, give over the assignment. You kind of won them over, Felix, and from there it was like, oh, reward. How to get reward? The Lord. And so that was what was going to be the thing immediately in their mind. And then all of a sudden switch over to the dragons, and now the Lord immediately in their mind. And there is no discussion with this character. It's very blunt, very forward. So you're going to chase down Wranglar. Eventually, you get into the Noble District with these beautiful, immaculate 2 to 3, even 4-story manors. They're just clay tile roofings in perfection with wooden trim, metal etched windows. Many of them, some have balconies. These beautiful manors, they have all their own little walls, their own little double door entrances. And some of the manors are slightly open, right? They don't have complexes with other buildings such as servants' quarters. Or servants' buildings, right? Stables themselves, but a lot of manors do. They have their own stables. They have their own kind of vegetation, trees that they're growing in there. It's very open, very, very large. Pass through the center of the Noble District, which the road itself is roughly 50 feet in its actual width, which is extremely large in comparison to the main road upon entering into the actual city. It's lined with shrubbery and thickets and trees which are being trimmed, and there's also a level of kind of nobles coming out of their manors, filling up the sidewalks of that is elongated as well. And they're kind of playing chess or they're playing cards. There's paladins talking. There's statues lining in the center. More trees, little garden bed areas through the actual center of the road. And it's more like a courtyard that's just elongated and stretched. Eventually, you get to what's referred to as the Keeps Highway, and that is a section that is even broader yet, 80 to 90 feet in its width. And there's large amounts of stagecoaches, wagons that are pitched up here. As public court is still being held for the additional maybe half hour, a couple hours. And so there are people here that are just kind of gathered, nobles, emissaries, delegates, right? And there's paladins, there's guards, there's soldiers, the large interior space, the iron barred gate, you have the double wooden door, the towers, there's interior mechanism to this interior wall. The interior wall is only slightly smaller than the outer wall there. And that is open freely. Right, but they're stopping the entry of just anybody except for paladins, soldiers, and things. You could hear the clashing of swords, the horses neighing in the background, smashing of armored blacksmiths. That's all coming from inside of the actual keep's grounds. So there's just a massive movement that you can see through this large 20 to 25 foot wide semi-arch entrance into the keep's grounds. So here in the courtyard, right? You have people kind of arguing, like, oh, I had this public court, like, oh, there's not enough time. And they're almost like pushing people away at this point, right? Because there's just too many people here, and they're kind of working through. There's some tabloid type paperwork, right? That they're kind of going through. Some of the guard that also have an emblem upon their shoulders, essentially maybe administrators or higher up ranking soldiers. To you, Costas, these actually would be emissaries of the Lord themselves. So the actual emissaries of the Lord that come out here, and then they get information and see if anything's necessary to maybe schedule a private meeting with the Lord, if it's up there inside of a priority. But if not, they just tell them to come back the next day, right? And so you have a lot of stagecoaches, a lot of wagons, there's colorations. There's actually individuals from Temeria here. They have kind of this greenish black. They also have the Temerian flag that's inscribed with the etching, just this beautiful kind of hawk or eagle that comes down and folds down onto a pearl of some sort. I won't go into the vivid descriptions of that, but it seems like this is a lot of individuals that need to speak to the Lord, and Wranglar is just battering through immediately. Move that wagon out of the way. What are you doing? And it's like pushing Patricia through, driving the traffic out of the way, and then you can see the actual guards upon the walls like looking down, and they begin to whisper and move around. They're shifting weight and things. And you notice that some of these actual emissaries are looking up at Wranglar as kind of passing through. And it's very aware of that Wranglar demands. presence demands control, and so they're all moving to try to accommodate Ranglar. It's pushing the horse in, and you're just kind of trotting and following Ranglar in as it begins to proceed into the keep's grounds. So we'll go ahead and take a break there. Proceeding into the description of the keep and whatnot as we get into potentially the next area here. I noticed the stream view. I have to ping it back to the map for stream view. Sorry for watching the stream. You couldn't see the map. And we're going to take a break, so we'll come back in 10 minutes or so. So we'll come back at 6:13 p.m. PST, maybe a little later than that. And we'll be hopefully having a meeting with the Lord. So we'll see how that happens. So we'll see you in a bit. All right. Welcome back. If you're joining us for the return for the second half of the session for Group 6 here, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're going to get right back into our description of this particular place. It is indeed the keep, as we're headed with Wrangler Uku to speak to thy lord. So, the grounds of the keep are covered in snow and ice, except for the gardens and road that lead up to the keep's wooden drawbridge. White snowberries and cherry blossoms populate the garden and are spaced by small paths of low-growing vegetation. Soldiers, paladins, guard walk about while servants tend to the garden. Upon the keep's grounds are several fields for training, jousting, animal handling, martial combat. There's even a tournament arena of sorts, which is now used as a training area. Stone, 1- and 2-story structures are built for housing, storage, and dining, potentially for additional guard soldiers that are not inside the military district. There's also on station blacksmiths, fletchers, tailors, leather workers, seemingly brought into these structures. As the entire keep's grounds seems, how many paladins and soldiers you can see, and the yelling and the shifting and the wagons, that a sort of militarization is happening. They are organizing themselves. You can see that there are individuals on horseback that are grouping together in marching orders as they begin to yell out commands in different formations and preparing to perhaps march somewhere. Not soon in this context of a day or two, but maybe in a week or so, right? That's what it's for. The soldiers and paladins found in this particular area all wear the same surcoat tabard to Lord Valen Flor, and through him, the Talthars. Flora Keep is a solid and bricked stone structure built from a bedrock protrusion of the mountain. It is surrounded by a large frozen moat and 50 to 80 foot cliffs. The western side of the keep is connected to the mountain, appearing almost carved from it. A stone bridge travels across the moat in the western direction until it meets that wooden drawbridge. The keep has 3 levels, and an interior cellar or dungeon in several of the first level areas. The drawbridge is operated by 2 towers that extend outwards of a 25-foot tall wall. This wall surrounds the entire keep, the western side, or eastern side, I should say. It can be accessed by the 1st and 2nd levels on that same side. The 3rd level is only found on certain areas of the keep and extends about 90 feet in elevation. So, not all those levels, right? How tall the actual keep is. The Grand Hall is found somewhat impeded or embedded into the mountain on the central western side of the keep. The keep's courtyard is open to the elements, and windows on the 2nd level and 3rd open up to it. There are several small gardens within, but it is primarily used for prayer and meditation, various statues, altars, and avatars. On rare occasions, the courtyard is used for parties, gatherings. So the drawbridge is raised. Regular pushes forward, the drawbridge begins to lower on being spotted from those towers, the perennials, as well as the arrow slits around these circular spherical towers. They see you register, they get to lower them like 2 chains that are embedded into the actual stone of those towers. And wrenches and rackets to hear the large mechanisms winding and gearing to the towers. The drawbridge comes downwards and smashes down. Then Ringler completely passes forward to a semi-arched entrance on the other side, which is normally covered by the drawbridge. And then, in addition to that, a double wooden door and an iron barred gate that can be shut too. The iron barred gate is lifted, and the double wooden door is already open. They have left it open, suspecting that the drawbridge was enough to stop anything that was attempting to come in. Interestingly, the stonework is somewhat perfect. It feels, in a great way, in construction, especially to you, Regmore, that this keep was built by dwarfs. You can see the almost perfect stone structuring, utilizing the bedrock protrusion at times, then bricked of the stone. It has a darkish granite feel to it. It seems that the stone is smooth and beautiful, and there is a level of oddity as you come into the space through a few little slight staircase past the actual double door and the gate into an entry chamber. Okay, so imagine yourselves as you're inside of the space. You've gone through those, then up a staircase about 4 to 5 feet, and then inside of a large open rectangular entry chamber, largest of those lengths from north to south. And you can see that there are many different stone pillars that are in this space, occupying easily 80 feet in the longest direction, south. Inside of this space, there's not much of anything. There are a few banners with the same colorations as the tabards or surcoat floor. And then there are crates, carts, supplies, weapons, armor, barrels, chainmail. It's just used for supplies. It's all rather odd. Wrangler is completely unfazed by this open, wide area with this flat bedrock floor. The ceiling height in this particular area is quite vaulted and large. It's about 16 to 18 feet or so, and has that almost perfect of the bedrock and essentially carved this space outwards. When you come into the central part of this entry chamber, you can see that there are corridors or hallways that extend into the corners, north and south. So if you look to your left, to the right, to the corners of the space, you can see that the corridors are going out. As the corridors wrap around the corridor. Behind you, you can see that there are staircases as they go into the walls, out into the eastern direction, and maybe spiralize or wrap up, potentially to the second floor or even to the towers. It's unclear at this stage, unsure. Wrangler is headed in the western direction across the space, the large hoofs pressing against the stone, the large clatter. There's an echo effect, how open and wide this is with nobody in here, except for some soldiers and guard that are kind of looking about, talking with amongst themselves. Heading in the western direction towards that wall, because that wall has many different semi-arched areas that open into the courtyard. There's no doors, no nothing, just these open segments within that space, going into a beautiful, immaculate, cobbled, bricked floor courtyard, a bricked path courtyard. The center of this courtyard is a beautiful symbol to lore, the radiant sunlight, this white marbled statue. It's massive, 25 to 30 feet in its actual length, spanning this open keep, right? Very traditional keep here, just open to the elements above as you pass in. And there's a small plaque. It's dedication to the sun god, this Palor symbol, the sun. Now, Costas, you know this particular statue, as this is the statue that your father actually made. So this is the statue that Tanion had sculpted. Okay, this is where your parents fell in love. About the rest of the space are additional statues. Smaller, there's altars, there's small bits of frozen water, shrubbery, and trees in here. Overall, it's many paths cobbled and bricked into wide open. There are individuals that are paladins and servants. Paladins are praying, giving thanks. There's a peace and solemn here. Then there's servants running about, going within additional semi-arched exits with that wrapping corridor that goes around, some of which now have double-wooden doors and are metal etched. They're having to approach guard that are at those doors, and they're approaching them, and they kind of knock upon the doors, and then they open the doors out, suggesting there's restricted sections. A protrusion of the western side, which is where Ringlar's headed, a straight shot, pretty much just gone west the whole time, is an area that kind of extends outwards, and then now you can see that the entire western side of the keep is built into the mountainside. You can see it spanning upwards. Snow, but nice, craggly rock. And you're pressing forward where 2 guard currently stationed on either side of the protrusion from that wall. On either side of a double wooden door that is metal reinforced brackets and large beams throughout it. It's an impressive door. And Ringlar is headed in that particular door. That's where we're going to activate the next scene. Soon as approaching with Patricia on board, you should all be here with your tokens. Immediately comes up.
Here speak the Lord, open the door.
Sees bang upon the door. Series of bangs upon the door. Eventually you hear locking mechanisms. Ears slightly clicking. First set of doors open, second set of doors open. You see as Ringlar just rides the horse right into the space. Passing into the space, you did move by a party of sorts. They seem to be having wear yellow, slightly goldish robes with red trim. They had books and other sorts of scrolls and satchels. You passed by this group, and they were leaving this particular space. As you can tell that the actual Grand Hall is completely empty. As you come in, there is a chamber between the doors. Arrow slits north and south. The doors shut and lock. These guard begin to shut. Some sort of almost a gear that can spring that can move and then push metallic large pieces of metal into the stone walls to bar the door, bracing the door with stone itself. The arrow slits continue. There are guard in there, soldiers with crossbows. They're looking at you as you kind of pass in. These Ringlar is just riding the horse. The Grand Hall occupies both the first and second level. Black marble pillars that are also riddled with stone extend about 45 feet to the ceiling. Entrances into the Grand Hall are found on every wall. 2 stone and metal reinforced doors lead into either dungeon or a private staircase to perhaps the 3rd level that contains floor's chambers. The northern and southern double wood and metal reinforced doors lead to the northern and southern corridors or hallways. Same ones that you observed kind of wrapping around. 2 interior metal doors go into the small spaces that flank the hall's entrance from the courtyard. As you can see them here and here. That essentially is a space that goes into the wall where those soldiers aim the crossbows towards you from the arrow slits. 8-foot tall lamps line a long rug in the colors of Valor and lead up to a stone staircase that holds Valor's throne. A stone, glass, and metal chair. White marbling underneath the rug and throne provide contrast to the black stone tiling bedrock in the hall. Individual upon throne is flanked by what you imagine to be government officials that align themselves to the Lord's banner. They are servants, and they work as delegates and council. Lord Thaon Falor is a tall human male, fair face and chiseled jaw, blue eyes, and wavy blonde hair that goes down to the shoulders. Wears a beautiful piece of mithril plate armor, the Falor symbol engraved in gold upon it. Wears a dark purple cape held by a gold and silver chain. A golden amulet sits around the neck. A great sword currently sits unsheathed, normally at the back, but it's on the side of the throne, leaning. The hilt wrapped in silver lattice and a pommel made of pure gold. All you can hear is the faint sound of the candles, torches inside of the space moving. It's quiet. And then the large, heavy stumps of the hoofs. Regular then hops off the horse, hands the reins to a nearby soldier, moves forward, kneels down.
Thy lord, I have come. Seek an audience. And give my dramatic intrusion. You know how I get, Lord. Anything needs to happen.
It's on hand. Commander Wrangler, no need for apologies. I understand how you are. Speak of why you've demanded this audience.
Yes, my lord. These individuals I brought you with me, they will come here to help with the investigations of the disappearances, and we were going to head here to implore you to give your good graces on thy matter. And as well, they were looking for a reward, which would be helpful, since we have made no progress in this investigation. As you know, Randall Gurn is gone. But news spoken by the dwarf. Dwarf, come here! This one. What's your name?
Regmore Silverkin.
Regmore Silverkin here speaks. Tell Regmore from your words.
Tell him what?
Tell him what you told me.
Oh. Everything?
Why, whenever you wish to speak to the Lord, yes.
We come from... We were on a ship out near Harak, attacked by an ancient big red dragon. Landed in Harak, met some giants up there, killed a white dragon, come down here, and heard about the dragon attacking the Dwarven Keep.
Commander Wrangler, thank you for bringing them here. I appreciate this. Regmore Silverkin is what you said your name is.
Yes.
Regmore, tell me, where do you hail from?
I hail from Storvgard.
Storvgard. My young studies versing myself in the areas of Antares. It's my knowledge that that is on Balthus, correct?
That is correct.
Now, Regmore Silverkin of Storvgard. I would aid me greatly in the story you do tell. How did you get to Arthuria?
It was the wrecker that we were on, right?
You were on the Striker. The Wrecker was the sea vessel.
I boarded the Striker to sail to... What was the town we were all going to originally?
Lathan.
Set out to Lathan, but it was attacked by the dragon and she sunk.
You mentioned the dragon. Was there a color to this dragon?
Big red bastard.
I have received word from message that your ship, as well as sister ship, did not make it. Or to the blockade that was positioned, or to any other port city on Arthuria. Message came, and essentially be on the lookout for any that made refuge in the northern Gorn Valley. So your story would place you further north, yes?
Yes, most of the striker crew ended up in Harak.
Now, how did you survive this ordeal?
Survive which ordeal?
How did you survive being attacked on your ship? How did you make it to mainland?
The captain of the striker ordered everyone to abandon ship. Himself and a small portion of the crew remained on the ship to steer by time to get the dragon to away from the lifeboats so that they could make land.
The captain's name?
Kilu Yan.
Helion. Make a note. Captain Kilut Yan of the Farwater Company. Send a message to Alathan, letting him know. Bravery and honor. Hopefully the family can receive some coin from the company. You're speaking. What is your name?
I'm Othala Madani.
Approach.
I'll bow.
What is the Knight of Dawn doing here, gracing Costas? Why are you here? And who is the... I imagine you'd be with them.
That is an entirely separate matter that also needs to be brought up to you, but we can get into that once the whole dragon thing is
I
over.
suppose one thing at a time, then. It's over to you, Felix. And your name?
Felix Fenicus at your service, my lord.
Othala. Speak.
What my companion speaks about is true. We were aboard the ship and a disastrous attack happened. A kraken and a great elder worm. It's a miracle that we survived. We found these dragons that are sort of attacking, and I'm not saying we're making it our mission, but we're trying to help out in any way we can. We've discovered some information from some giants as well about the lineage of these dragons. Not sure what it all means. If you allow, I don't want to step out. And I'll pull a ribbon out of my mind. You can use this.
No.
Okay.
There's no need for that.
All right.
Speak of your words.
Well, we fought a dragon named Ethrin. who has I'm a little out of game. I'm blanking on the first dragon's name. Is that a Damodar or is that a
Javaric?
Javaric?
I
There
didn't
you
mean to
go.
roll that. Whatever that did.
Javaric, right? That's what it was, yeah. So yeah. We went to the city with the frost giants, and they had the skull of Javaric, but his spawn and their lineage still runs rampant. For some reason, these dragons are attacking, and we fear it's due to some evil mage of some sorts that is trying to coerce them into destroying this world.
Interesting. I'm trying
Forgot to
to
tell him we talked to the tree.
Yeah,
Uh,
we can handle that. But
It seems there is a number of reasons that have put you on this path. And there are as many things that have happened to you. How you ended up in my grand hall, my throne room. Commander Rengla Ukru. Your service at Fort Frostbeard is needed. You can leave these with me. And upon their help with the investigation, I will send a messenger to you if that is indeed what they accept.
Yes, my lord.
Rengla gets on the horse. I will start with what it seems Regmore Silverkin has told me about this red dragon. This dragon's name is Erithum. It plagues and decimates battlefield to the far south. It is a war fought with the alliance between the Talthars and Temerians against hordes of monsters. Dragons. If Erithum attacked your ships, there is a specific reason leading to what you've spoken to, Thala. It seems whatever this reason is far beyond my capacity to understand the arcane. That is not for me to dwell on. I must look over my land and my people. This comes down to Zethru, this white dragon, which I knew very little about. No, I did not even know its name. Thank you for that. This white dragon slaughtered my soldiers on patrol. It attacked caravan heading from High Rock to here, delivering supplies of ore that we needed to smelt down in our foundries and transition for weapons and armor to be used by Taltharian soldiers. It was strategic. It did not attack this city. Not quite sure why. But we had our defenses ready, and we anticipated an attack. Palor's divine light hoped to protect the Sun Tree and all of the people here. What did, if anything, the This dragon state its reasons were. Do what it did. Do you know?
Oh. Did it? Look over
Um,
all it. The giants
um,
just wanted us to kill it, didn't it?
there's that, and excuse me, my lord. Just one question for you. Do you trust everyone in this room?
Of course. This keep is sealed. It is filled with magic of the arcane, I believe. Its earliest constructions, the Sular Kingdom. It is immune to divination magic.
Oh,
Speak
for your
freely.
confidence. Um, have you heard the stories of the chosen ones?
I have not.
Well, supposedly there are these fables and these tales of adventurous people coming out into the world, um, destined to cease chaos. And they're brought here at certain different times, and we're supposedly, I guess, the newcomers. And this mage I spoke about is one of the chosen before us, and he is presumably controlling these. And I don't know if it's for us or that we're in this world or it's targeting us, but these cases are around that this mage is causing these dragons to just create random fits of chaos, and we're supposed to stop this. That's what we've been learning on these trips. We're not too sure about what's going on, but to my knowledge and my deduction, we're on a quest to try to stop this person. But in all essence, I feel like it's written in fate for us to battle these dragons and battle this mage as the chosen ones.
Moreover, my lord, there was a prophecy written by Magello, the wizard of old. I'm sure of all we know. The founder of the Wizard's Keep explained that the chosen ones will bring balance amongst the chaos.
If this prophecy is true, and you all are what you say you are, chosen, I find it greatly disturbing that there is such an individual that would be capable of controlling dragons and performing such chaotic deeds. I'm a person that believes that someone does something for a reason, not just this chaos that you described. Regardless, I do not have the capabilities of understanding prophecy beyond that which is divine. It can be quite cryptic and vague. We are all guided by something. We all have our reasons. If you are set upon this path, it will be a arduous, difficult journey. The least you can do is have the favor of the Lord, like myself. Before we get to any sort of reward for your services rendered, discuss intimate details of what may lie before you. I have to ask, how did Ethren die?
Ripped his throat out.
Seems due just for a dragon such as he is. What's that?
Have some jerky if you want.
No thanks. I appreciate it, though. I will reach with my council this evening. We will discuss a proper reward for you all, chosen ones, for the defeat and slaying of this dragon. Done. In addition, we will discuss a proper reward for you in your service, and you will earn my favor. In the investigation of the disappearances in my city, Commander Renglar Uku has fronted this investigation for a number of months. As passerbys, travelers, adventurers, innocents merely come to this city, making pilgrimage, make trade, to get a drink, have disappeared. The scenes, perfect and clean. Nothing of note has been left behind, nothing to work from. The most recent disappearance, which has caused a great strife in my city, is a lesser noble named Randall Gurn, an individual that I have met on numerous occasions for a number of weeks. They were sent here by King Reldor, Talthar himself, to aid in counsel to my throne. They occupied a recently established Bont Manor. It's on the edge of the Noble District, between that and the Holy. It is in dire need of renovations and repair, but it was well suited for a lesser noble. We have sectioned off and barricaded the windows and doors. Commander Oku has given me status reports that nothing was found. I implore you to start there in your investigation. It is the most recent. If any clues to be found that the commander and soldiers had missed, perhaps you all can find something of note.
My lord, perhaps our investigation would go quicker if we had some type of writ of passage to investigate as we need to.
Of course.
A seal or...
Yes, I was just getting to that.
Oh, pardon me, my lord.
Council left. One of them steps forward and whispering to each other, steps back and kind of grabs satchel briefcase and kind of trudges out using one of the doors up here. Like a ping it begins to leave that space through the doors. Metallic gear windings, keys, and jangles and whatnot. You will receive an order. Short. Any evidence that you find, disappearance of Randall Gurn, you will bring to Commander Renglar Uku. Is that understood?
Yes.
Now, when we get to the task, as our orders are wrote, taking some time to make copies. Well, we'll get to the forecasting, which might lie ahead. First come to Thornir, a dwarven city built to the very foundations of Frostwind, like many cities. By an artificer resides in the city, and I have great history with the king, the throne, and their council. In fact, much of the ale that is stored here, and some of the Mithril gold, are products of Thornir. From my first accounts, and speaking with some of the soldiers that were stationed there, under the crown of Clan Ulfist, it has become apparent that they were attacked by a silver dragon. One that somehow made way into the city. I'm unfamiliar of the ways of silver dragons. Dragons in general, I know they have magic. Perhaps this is something their capabilities are of. Unclear. But what it is that they were ravenous. They were relentless and without mercy. They slaughtered a number of Clan Oliver's dwarfs, and they ruined the city, destroying any entrance. They departed. Vilnia is gone. This was not the first. As the cities that are occupied by Clan Drawril and Radol have been destroyed as well, the people mercilessly slain, killed, and murdered. There is one clan, Clan Gilgal, that has seized control of Aluda, removing Clan Drawril from its council. Ismar, the region, which is east of here, through the Goran Pass, is held under a democratic union, a vassal towards the Taltharian reign. It is of sorts that a clan, a dwarvish clan, is elected rule every 6 years or so. They are given first right to trade. In exchange, they must offer protection to the Ismarian farmers and beast hunters that occupy Takthar and Fort Aethelon from orcs that raid from the foothills and marauding centaurs and stop any onslaught of beasts. Clan Darril has been removed. I have not had message envoys, and any delegation I sent, I received with their hands cut off and their heads removed. Gilgal has sent a message that they are sovereign. They have taken these things. I can only speculate that they have aligned themselves with the Silver Dragon, who has committed genocide on dwarves. If you do attempt to get into the region, you first need to make way to Fort Farron, and then to Fort Flatminer in the Gorn Pass. I hold station there, soldiers. It's a tight area of the pass, difficult to move any sort of weaponry, carts and wagons that were needed for an army. They would have to go through there. I haven't had any such reports that an attack has been made. Fort Farron, there is a commander, Remar Luna. Come to the second part of my forecasting for you. Fort Farron, under the command of Remar Luna, is attacked by an undead horde that comes from the marshes of Unveiling, many miles to the west. They march through the northern Gord Valley and then into the Smallwood, under concealed of fog. It's mystical and magical. Undead fog that seems to come from the marshes and shrouds the horde as it marches. They come through the Smallwood. They attack the western side of the fort, primarily where the keep is stationed. A trench has been dug. Fortifications have been made, and the walls have never been breached. The creatures are mindless, aimed merely to bash themselves into the trench, and hailed with a volley of bolts and crossbows. I believe, from my scouts, that have seen such a creature, that there is a black dragon that is involved with this horde. Perhaps commanding it. Who knows? Wherever it be, it's been spotted in the marshes of Unveiling. It does not leave. Soldiers and patrols that have left the marshes, left to the marshes from Fort Farron. Many of them, if not all, do not return. This information of this dragon. This black dragon is covered in blood. Many lives have been taken just to receive it. Marshes of Veiling are a place that one does not go with which they dare to survive. Beyond that forecasting, there is the war, which is towards Costas. We march. In 2 weeks' time, I have called on my banner. We were sent message by King Rildo Telthal themselves. We march to war. I know this is a great deal of information for you. It may seem strange that I'm so forthcoming, so truthful. Foreigners and strangers that tell me of such tales. That is how I am. That is how I have lived my life. I see truth in you. I see honesty, courage, valor, perhaps a little bit of trickery. Are there questions you have after I've given you this large amount of information?
My lord, I just want to recount 3 things that you wish us to know and perhaps look into. The missing people, specifically the diplomat Randall Gurn, a noble sent by the king. You given us his location. The town of Tholnor, Clan Artifice, was decimated by a silver dragon and several other clans as well. You had set a location to the east to perhaps track them down. I didn't quite track that part.
Yes. A city called Luda within the Ismar region. That city is home to the Democratic Free Council. They elect dwarven clans every 6 years. A clan resides upon that throne and has first right to trade in exchange for protection of Ismar. Clan Gilgal have seized control of it by force. They have removed Clan Drawwood from the throne. We have lost all connection, messengers, delegates, ever since. Just months ago.
Yeah, can you type that name in chat of the city? Thank you. Right, and the last part, down in Fort Fair, and it's being attacked by hordes of undead coming from the marshes of Unveiling to the west. They come out of a concealed magical fog, and you believe they are commanded or at least aided by a black dragon.
That is correct. I'd imagine Commander Remar Lunan has more information for you beyond that.
And the commander is at Fort Farron, correct?
That is correct. Type the name for you. That's the town fort that's due south of here.
Right, well, before we go into negotiating about the other jobs, perhaps we just show you what we're worth with finding this missing noble, and then you can figure out what you wish to compensate us for.
Of course. We'll be discussing your reward for slaying this white dragon. And then we'll be discussing perhaps a reward for solving of these disappearances. Our coffers have been stripped as of late, so we've had to pay numerous amounts of soldiers getting ready.
You seem like a man of your word, my lord, so I'm sure everything will be put in order as we work along. Friends, do you have any other questions for the Lord? We don't want to waste any more of his time if we don't need to.
Oh, Reg will look over to Othala. Wasn't the Duke and Elise from here?
I believe they lived here for a while. But they stood here for a bit.
Do not
You
whisper in my throne room.
Do you know Elise Telmar, Duke Umbrin Orly?
Orello.
I do not know an Elise Telmar. I do know of a Duke Umbrian Orillo. I put them in station, High Rock.
Oh. He's dead.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's dead?
We can. So we figured out Orello was up to
Summoning a demon?
He was working with the mage that I brought up.
Damodar.
Yeah, Damodar.
And maybe a sect of Duragar up north that were breaching Harak's tunnels.
He tried to, what was the demon's name? Tamaruk. Try to summon the demon through some portal that we stopped. But he died in the battle.
Pace falms for a brief moment. Stands up. I believe you. There's no need for a zone of truth. See through your words are truthful. I have been played, it seems. It's not the first. You are excused. Court has concluded.
Hey.
Costas, Night of Dawn.
Yes.
Say hello to your mother for me.
Do you not wish to learn of the other matter, my lord?
That will come with time.
Okay.
It is a remarkable occasion, what I've overheard from your chattering, speak of the Sun Tree. I've also heard it direct from messenger from Valria. You are those individuals? It was remarkable, it speaks, and it is a sign of Palos' good graces and sun on this holy city once more. And I feel that it is a lesser pressing matter to the despairing people, and now to the slaying of this Duke. Betrayal of this Duke.
Okay.
See, sad and slight, not caught off guard or upset, but there's a sting to the emotions to the Lord here that may have. It's not the first time that something like this might have happened to them. They step aside, clearing the council in the hall, and disappearing through this set of doors here. Council begins to clear off, leaving you all kind of alone to the throne space. You hear the double doors open at your backsides.
In the oh, go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask. Did he give us the writ yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
Just real quick, in this courtroom, are there any Regmore-sized ladies in the area?
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
Great.
One of the guards?
He looks like a female dwarf, slightly large and bolsterous.
Okay, I'm gonna start walking up to her.
Okay. And that time, this door opens as you begin to walk up, and that same individual comes outwards, holding the pieces of paper. Begins to hand them out to each of you. Seems to be a written order. It is also stamped and sealed the symbol of Lore, something that is given there. And there's also a blind kind of copy signature, noting that the Lord probably signs a great number of these and just has loose papers with their signature on it. So you have the signature of the Lord down for Lore, and then you also have the symbol. It's kind of stomped in with that ink, and then you have the written order, which is very plain and simple language, essentially giving you authority in the station of like a guard would have. And then there's specific clause in there that talks about this investigation, and underneath you all have as far as Commander Regular Ukus. Commander Regular Uku is essentially your superior at this point. Casas, as you see it, seeing the written order, can't help but maybe have a slight disappointment knowing that you're under the authority of another commander of Fort Frostbeard.
I've already spent too much time under this, guys.
As that happens, another copy is handed you over for Felix. As Felix begins to wander over, you see the female dwarf looking towards you as you begin to approach. Slight blue eyes and a little bit of a gruff beard kind of comes down, this female dwarf, and there are two kind of braids and ponytails that come out of the helmet that sits on top of their head.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Oh yes, I hope so. My name is Felix, and I want you to know, I was standing over there with my friends over there, the chosen ones, and I don't know if you see that handsome-looking, colorful-eyed fellow over there. Kind of point over towards Othala.
Oh, I do. Scrummy individual.
Well, I don't mean to be too forward, but he definitely does enjoy good company and good drink. We're staying over at the Stormy Inn Tavern and drink at the place across the street. So, if you ever wanted to go over, I'm sure he'd be delighted to buy you a drink. What was your name? I'm sorry, I'm Felix.
Felix.
Your name's also Felix. That is striking.
No. Excuse me. I'm staring off towards Othala. Call me Thalia.
Alia, that is beautiful. I'll be excited to let him know. Just one quick thing. Would you mind? I know it's gonna seem weird, but it's kind of a good luck charm. Would you mind putting this rope on for a second, just to see how it fits?
Suppose. Good luck charm couldn't hurt. It's done. Regmore size.
Perfect. I can already tell. We hope to see you sometime tonight, but I'm sure we'll be here for a couple of days. Thank you so much.
Of course, Felix.
Can I give back, walking back, give like thumbs up to Othala?
I'm already like giving a sight, like a look of nervousness. Regmore, what did he do?
I don't know. You would have to ask him.
I don't like this.
Yeah, you ready? We good? You gonna go check this manor out, huh?
Regmore's going to compare the paper he got from the Duke, or from the Lord, with the paper contract from John, just for the wording stuff.
So you're looking at the. Run it one more time. I'm a little confused.
He's more comparing, like, so we got an order from the Duke. I have a contract from John Halfar. John Halfar holds more weight in his mind.
Oh, okay. So you're just kind of looking at both and. Gotcha. Okay. So as you pass outside of this area, you see it's shut and locked. And no directions really given to you. Seems like you're just outside in the space. You're in the courtyard.
Well, we know it's on the edge of the noble and holy district.
Yeah, he said it was mostly run down than the other ones.
And he said it was boarded up, and maybe there'll be guards out front, but it's boarded up at least, and probably haven't too much boarded up between the noble and holy district.
Michael, about where would you say Costas' house is?
Your particular manor?
Yeah, like if he wants to stop by and grab his glaive and horse.
Gotcha. Your manor would be roughly here, southern side of the wall.
Okay. Get it. So yeah, if we're heading that way, I will probably go and grab my horse, so in case we need to chase after anyone.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, well, I could use an afternoon tea. That'd be great.
So, Athal, should we have told him about the stone or Beauregard?
There's a lot we need to talk about, but honestly, I don't think we should just spur all this information at once. We have a lot of things to handle. I guess we have another time to talk to him. We can bring it up again. I just don't know about the stones because that is also everybody else's information. We don't have to say that they have one. We can say it's only us, but I also don't want to put them in that predicament. Balregar also is I don't know. It's an anomaly. I don't think it serve us any purpose to explain anything. I mean, he did have a conduit of some sorts, but it wasn't like he was making a portal to the abyss or anything like that.
So, this clown Gilgar was taken over. You think that, aside from probably being in lieu with the dragon, that those Duragar people in their city may have something to do with it too?
I mean, we never really like learned who they were. Maybe they are Clan Gilgar, and we don't know that. Do Duragar have clans, Reg, or is that just like a regular dwarf thing?
Michael, those were the clan Stonefist, right?
Clan
So those-
Stonefist were the Druagar, were the Grey Dwarfs.
Yeah. The Duragar we encountered were from Clan Stonefist. I don't know if that's the same, possibly, or if they have multiple clans like we do.
I mean, regardless, it would be potentially a bad group of dwarves anyways, so I don't know, it's difficult to actually say what's going on there because there's clans being removed and pushed out, and then having this clan seize control. Is it another situation like how the Duke did with Clan Stonefist, where they teamed up and were able to make something happen with the dragon, or it could be completely unrelated, you know?
Possibly. So, if we do go up against this silver dragon, with your stone having 3 shards or partial shard fractures, should we try to look to see if my stone has one? Or how would I go about making it work? Because
Wow.
I don't see, Wolfsing helping us kill this dragon.
I could try some things, maybe. I don't know. My magic doesn't really stretch that far, but I could try a few things to help you out on that aspect. But other than that, I'd suggest trying to. It's weird to explain, but connect with your stone. Just whatever works for you. Just open your mind and let it wander. Try to link your stone. I don't know. For some reason, these stones are linked with us, and it shouldn't be hard to recalibrate that and put it in the other direction.
So what's our next stop? This manor.
Well, I would like to stop by my own manor to grab a few things. Felix seems interested in seeing it, at least. He's brought it up a few times. If you guys want to come, you can come. Otherwise, I'd be happy to just quickly go in and meet up with you.
Oh no, I think we should all come in.
Yeah,
It looks really cool.
I want to see a manor. Why not?
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Head to the manor. So you begin to head outside of the keep. We don't need to go through that description, right? You go through, get to the entry chamber, right to the courtyard, get outside of the drawbridge, which is currently lowering down upon some of the guards spotting you, and then going up some of the staircases up to the second level. It takes a little bit of time as you have to wait, and then eventually it is lowered. You get through, seems to be settling down as now time passing by through that dialogue conversation. We get to around 3 o'clock. Conversation, right? Those things are kind of subsiding as we get through some of the morning training and whatnot. Cold temperatures are still here. There's a slight snowfall. The wind is howling a little bit. And then you get towards the actual gate there, which is closed currently because the public court is over with. And then they begin to open up, seeing you all walking down the road as you're kind of waiting and looking up. They now spot you, and then they begin to open that up, and you head to the actual keep's highway of sorts. You make your way into the noble district, going through some of the alleyway work and beautiful, immaculate, nice sidewalks and streets. Everything's well kept. There's snow shoveled off, brushed through. There isn't sort of trash or garbage about. Many of the individuals from the windows themselves are open. There's a large amount of guards patrolling in the area as well, servants mucking about on horseback, as well as wagons coming through with stagecoaches. Many of the manors you can't really see because of the walls that they do have, and now we come to House Morning Light, which does as well have its own slight wall with a semi-arched double wooden kind of, not double wooden, but a double wrought iron gate that is there. Upon you approaching accosts, you see these two servants, which is House Morning Light servants you're accustomed to. You know these individuals' names, but that's a little bit redundant to go into the names. Not really too relevant. And you get to them, and they see you immediately. They open it up. Swings forward. Now come to House Morning Lights. This is actually the use of a generic manor map that I had made, so just FYI. You're wondering if I made this map specifically for you, Casas. I did.
That is dedication, DM.
A little
that's
bit.
great. Love this.
So as you come into this space, you can see that there is a guest house or service area kind of towards the left. It's 3 stories and has its own kitchen, bedrooms, and essentially its own house. And brick, stone, interior of wood. Kind of that beautiful clay tiling is intermixed with the accents of wood towards the thatching that's there. A stables to your right that's there. 2 kind of towers, if you will. These octagonal-like structures sit on either side of the other side of the wall, which you've now entered in, right? And they can be accessed, and there's little platforms that are up there. Potentially, if you have any sort of guard that could be stationed here, or service that can be up there. And the manor itself stands on the opposite side of this courtyard space. There's a water feature, lamps providing light. There's a statue that's there. This statue is actually made by your father, Cassus, and statue is a dedication to your mother. It seems to be in the depiction of her standing with the arm outstretched and raised, gripping outwards, and is an homage to the victories of what your mom is achieving. Stables there. You see Stan is currently mucking about. Your horse is in stables. And then 2 servants sit on either side of a grand double wooden door entrance that is large, 16 feet or so in height. Many feet in width. You can see through some of the large vaulted windows. They're metal edged with glazed. You can see through there. Entry chamber, the atrium, the foyer, I should say. On the opposite side of the doors, there's rungs that are kind of colorations that are moving through. There's shelving. There's a training area towards the east side that's beautiful, immaculate, with a variety of weaponry. A dining hall sits on the west side. The manor itself is 3 stories tall and actually has an interior space that's open to the elements. You come to, you see the small halfling trotting forward, barefoot, slight blue chapeau and a handkerchief around, and a nice leather vest with a white cloth blouse and trousers that go to the shins. Has a little bit of a cloth wool kind of shawl or a cloak over the shoulders, providing warmth. To stand.
Oh, hi,
Stan.
hi, Sir Cassus. Are you indeed of your horse, Marcella?
Very soon, but not right now. That's
Oh,
not me.
all right. Well, yeah, I kept her nice, warm, and fed always. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
How are they behaving?
Everything's top shape, sir. Nothing fetch my watch.
Okay, great. Thank you for your fine work.
Yep, I've got it. What's that? And might I add, you looking very lovely today.
Thanks, you as well.
Thank you, my lord.
Where did Felix go?
Why is? Never mind.
Question really is, where did Felix go?
Perception check.
I actually don't know where your token went.
Ivy, this is great. You let a
Where
goblin run
where
loose.
is your token? Oh yeah, I see it now. There it is. It's a massive manor. This map is huge. It was fun to make.
Yeah.
As you approach inwards, you can see one of the servants begin to walk over in the direction of you all. Bounce the head. So, Costas, you have friends. Human, slightly older. Green chapeau and colorations of your house colors, and has a cloak and a robe and a shawl.
Yes. They're just visiting for a bit.
Oh, are these more of your drinking buddies?
No, actually, I haven't drank with them yet. So.
Oh, well. I will not make a table for them. Last time we had to clean up from your drinking buddies, it was all into the all night. Your mother was deeply, deeply upset. Shall I take your coats?
Yes, please, but there's no need to worry about that. I didn't find these men at a tavern or anything.
So, Felix, are you just walking around? Okay.
Oh yeah, just like, whoa.
Yeah, you're just like walking around. As soon as you come into this area towards the east, there's paladins in here. They're actually training, clashing swords and weaponry. One of which actually turns around this beautiful female human, blonde, kind of sun-done hair, these bluish-green eyes, very fair complexion, and fierce features. There's also a scar that comes over one of the eyebrows. There's this plate armor with golden tinge of colorations and kind of accents of gold and things. They stand also quite tall, about 5'9". Turning around from you, they're currently holding a glaive and striking through. They look, "What the fuck are you doing in here? What are you?" Goblin jumps over and points the glaive towards your throat. "How'd you get into my manor?"
my lady. You know, if you're gonna threaten me with a good time, perhaps you should try and buy me a drink first.
A taco, are we?
Yeah, gotta be good at something.
Sees the paladins begin to sweating as they move downwards, kind of form a surround.
Gentlemen, it's okay.
Empty your pockets, goblin. What have you stolen of my possessions?
I've stolen no such thing. I am offended by the implication.
It is not of your race, but of you sneaking into my manor, apparently.
I was invited.
You were invited.
Yes, by the master of this house, Costas.
I'm going to assail that boy. Where is my son?
Well, you know, I kind of frown on child abuse, but I think he's out in the courtyard.
You mean the courtyard that's through the doors here?
No, I honestly, I don't know. The other one with the stables. It's where I last saw him, I think.
Oh, I see.
You have a lot of courtyards.
Move. What's your name?
Felix Fennicus, at your service.
Felix Fennicus points the glaive, pushes you along with the blade. To the foyer.
All right. Rude.
Keep training. We march in 2 weeks. Don't let me see you slacking.
Yeah, that's right. Keep up the work, boys.
Ah, there they are.
What did that goblin do?
Costas.
Hey, Costas, found your mom.
Yes.
Costas. Berakaya Morning Light, you get your ass right here now.
You've never seen Costas run as fast.
Why did I find one of your friends lurking about my manor, our house, without you? Are you drunk again?
I am not drunk. I'm just gonna say this quickly. I have no idea. He kind of disappeared. I was going to go looking for him. And did you check his pockets? I have a feeling he might have stolen something.
It is not my due diligence to check your friend's pockets for stealing out of our manor, our house, our home.
Fine.
Some smudges on your face. Begins to clean after licking the thumb. Cleans your cheek.
But I should have, I'm not, these aren't just random people I found. Like, I'm working with them on something. I just came back from talking to the Lord, and they kind of invited themselves for tea, if you know what I mean. And I mentioned I'd be stopping by here to grab my horse, and they kind of invite, and the goblin invited himself, and then the others were like, oh, okay. Yeah,
Felix Fennicus invited themselves.
Kind of, like, I said I was coming to get my horse, and they're like, oh, I'd love some tea, and then they're off.
Is tea a code word for drinking? Son?
I only inquired if
know.
you had food.
Food. And your name is?
Regmore Silverkin.
Did my son tell you that you were invited for food here and you can eat as much as you want?
He did not. He never answered the question.
Never answered the question. And you, what's your name? Points the glaive towards you, Athal.
Bala Madani.
Madani. Interesting. You're quite the character, aren't you?
I guess so.
You guess so? Jeez. Did you find these at the Emberock, the guild house?
No, at the temple with the sun tree.
Silence yourself! Costas, you know what I've told you about adventuring. You do places with me. Outside. Remember, we march in 2 weeks. You should be preparing for battle, not dealing with these foolish adventurer folk.
These foolish adventurer folk slayed a dragon.
Slayed a dragon, right? Yes.
He did.
Ripped his throat.
Did I say that you could speak? One more word from either of you. I will put this glaive into your belly and I will spill your guts right here on my manor floor. Am I clear?
Reg will lean over to Othala.
In fact, Gilgis, push them out. So go now. Get out of here.
Please be a bit more polite.
Lady Dario.
Thank
Move,
you. You have a lovely home.
Love what you did with the place.
Why did I think this would happen?
Hear the doors lock.
I don't think she likes the sun tree either.
I don't think no one likes us.
Your mother, Lady Dario, puts the glaive and leans it against the wall. Its teethed hands, shoulders. Costas, my dear boy, we have spoken of this in numerous occasions. You retiring from your posting as a soldier for Frostbeard, that was a black mark upon this house. And now brought to a paladin of the fold, under the Lord's banner, well trained, one of my own. Muck about with these foolish adventurers. And for what? You speak of they've slayed dragons? Oh, I'm sure they've slayed hundreds of dragons. I'm sure that they have done all manners of deeds. They speak with which they do not know. And now you've involved the Lord in whatever it is, trifle they have. You've brought an audience to the Lord.
Actually, the commander brought the audience.
It does not matter how it happened, Costas. But it did happen. That it has happened. The eyes of the Lord are upon you. Whatever these folk do, it will shine upon you and this very house. Am I clear?
Yeah.
And I will not find you at the Zealous Flagon of the High Squire drunk again. I will not get you out of there. You understand? This is the last time. No more warnings.
I don't think I get drunk that much, but yeah. I won't get drunk again. Okay.
God would defer. Costas, I love you, sweetheart. You're my dear You're my honey bear. My sweet little cherub. I remember when you were a small youngling. Barely pick up a fork. Now look at you.
Ian.
Yep.
Are these stables? Is this like a building that blocks
It
line of
is.
sight?
It is the stables. It is going to block line of sight in that current position. It's like
So
a
I
half.
wanna
It's a
make sure
half
that-
wall, right?
Okay, I'm a goblin, so
Yeah, so that's what I'm
imagine it
saying.
blocks
Yeah,
me.
you've total covered. Yeah.
All right. If possible, you let me know. Felix would know whether or not he can do this without being seen. So you let me know if it's possible. But he would like to cast a major image right outside the door.
Oh no.
You're going to cast a major image just outside of which door?
Right outside the double doors.
The manor double doors. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So,
What do you-
right around,
Mhm.
how do I do it? Got bearish.
Yeah. What are you attempting to create with this major image?
I will create a image of Commander Regular Ukulu.
Okay.
But only 5 foot. So I'm not gonna place down the template, but
Yeah. Don't need to place down the template. That's no reason. for
it's
that.
making me put it down.
You can right click away from it.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you're good. All right, so you cast out your major image here. This major image, third level illusion. So we can see in the spot as you place it down, right up at the door. So I'll move the token as well, the regular that have dragged down. So it seems completely real, right? Sound, smell, temperature, everything about this particular creature, this Ringlar Uku, is exactly as you have created them. So as long as you are in range, right, you can use your action, can move the illusion about, change locations as well. And I think, if I remember correctly, you can also alter the image of it as you kind of go through, even making it carry on a conversation, right, as well.
Yeah, as long as I'm concentrating on it for the next 10 minutes, every 6 seconds, I can change it to do something else. So basically,
and so-
it functions as a full-blown illusion of this person.
Yeah, and there's no real way to make an investigation check unless the person suspects that it's not right, that individual.
Right, they would have to suspect it or like physically interact with it. But
All right, so what are you doing with the illusion?
So he would stand back, about 5 feet, and he just call, Costas, Costas, I need you.
Oh no.
Gilgan begins to unlock the doors. Ah, leave Lady Daria. That sounds like Wrangler Ugu. Not just that filthy half-orc want of my son. Kicks open the doors. Commander Wrangler
Lady.
Ugu, what have you got my son involved with?
Oh, I'm sorry. It is the Lord's business, and only he can help me.
Science looks towards Costas. Son?
Let's go. Good day, lady.
Good day, Wrangler Ugu. Do treat my boy with care. After all, noble birth and a night of dawn. Any harm comes to them, I will find you. They called me the
Right, of
Bloody
course.
for a reason, Wrangler. Don't you forget it. And Costas,
Anything happens to him, you come find me, Commander Regular.
remember what you do reflects directly on this house.
Can we borrow your son to go kill a dragon?
I
See
have to say,
eyes.
killing a dragon probably
The door
brings some
shut
honor. Okay.
and lock.
Was
I
that
make
a
Ugu start walking towards the gate. Until he was like out of sight. And then I'd make it dissipate.
So we can keep in mind that, right? Super Wrangler Ugu begins to walk off outside of the gate. You all follow?
I'm gonna whistle to Priscilla as I walk out.
You have full control over that token, by the way.
I'm gonna tap Ezekiel. Felix. Tap Felix on the shoulder. Well, it's Minnie, so I'm gonna look at him. You do know some magic,
What are you talking about?
and I'm gonna keep walking.
I was taking piss.
See as Stan walks out. Bye, Master Costas! Bye! Bye! Bye, friends of Master Costas!
Okay, Felix. Thanks for saying that.
No problem. I don't like parents looking down on their kids. I know she probably loves you and all, but she sounded mean. Sorry. She's probably nice. I don't know. All right, let's go. Bye.
Costas, is all your family members paladins?
No, just. I mean, maybe there's some more I don't know about on her side of the family, but no, my dad's not paladin. And don't have much more family besides that. Only child. So.
Just, armor, and then armor. Seemed like it was a family thing.
Oh, it could be from her side. She doesn't talk about her family very much. That and also she's kind of in charge of training the paladins, like, for the entire city. So there's lots of paladins around.
Does she talk to the tree too?
Not as far as I'm aware of.
Oh, but she has to talk to him like that.
As you're heading outside of the wrought iron gate, you begin to head down the road, aim towards get to the lesser noble's house of Redogurn, which Costas, you know where this particular house is. It's on the edge of the actual nobles district, and it's, again, to you, right, there's property being purchased by nobles, by paladins, and then they're converting them to manors, and a lot of it's getting towards the edge. It's kind of the same thing as the Holy District beginning to merge, and so this house is not really a manor in your eyes. It's more just like a house, right? 2 stories. And you've seen it boarded up as well, nearby the cemetery and crypt on the northern side. So as you begin to head down the road, you actually see your Fontanian kind of holding a mixture of different bags, 2 satchels on either side, this kind of mixture of different things inside of them. Also a backpack. They're currently covered in kind of dust and material, marble. They have a little bit of a chapeau upon the head, a hat, if you will, kind of comes down to one side, has a feather in the actual cap, is a human, nice stern jaw, slight stubble to the face. It's now growing out because of the cold being up here. And you can see that there are slight weathered features of this human with very similar effervescent eyes towards your kind of mother. They're currently chipper. They have a beautiful kind of tunic that flows down towards the actual knees. It's kind of reddish. There's a blackish, almost a green tinge to it as well, and it kind of cuffs over on one side and clips through 3 different buckles or toggles on the left side. Then they have long, large leather brown boots that kind of extend upwards, leading into trousers that tuck into them, these leather trousers. And then there's most likely a blouse and a belt and things. There's a cuff and other sorts of feather work, and as well as wool that comes across the neck, which is black. So they see you. You recognize them, right? They're your father. Immediately kind of come up. Their tools are kind of dangling, and they look towards you. Costas! Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
These more of your
What are you
friends?
Yes, but not the usual kind.
I'm just heading home from work.
What are you working on today?
Or the same, I suppose. Fine statue for another noble. This one wanted some more musculature of the left bicep, but it's not really happy with what I was doing, so I'll probably be home by now. Is your mother home?
Yes. I don't think she's in a very good mood. I'd be careful.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, she pointed a glaive at my goblin friend Felix here.
Felix. Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, sir.
And you? It's over to Regmore.
Regmore Silverkin.
Tandy and Morninglight. Oh, and you?
Othala. Nice to meet you.
Are you, don't need to ask. Don't need a pride in your life, son. Sure you have lots of important business to take care of. Grown boy and all. Don't let this Costas fool you, sweetheart. Right here. Begins to poke you towards the chest. I remember.
Okay.
Costas as a little child. Oof. It was a tiny bird. It fell from a tree and, oh, little Costas. Wanted to give so much life to this bird. We helped heal it and take care of it for over 6 months. Then let it fly freely.
That is delightful. Thank
Did
you for
you-
sharing that story.
Did you ever hear why Costas is known as the Knight of Dawn? It's quite a tale. Costas, you tell
Please
me.
tell
tell
us.
it.
Yeah.
Costas is gonna go walk over and just stare at the wall, kind of just utterly embarrassed.
I love good stories, sir. That'd be great to hear that right from his father. That'd be amazing.
Oh, from me? No. I should not intrude, honestly. Costas, I embarrass Costas all the time. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just the manner, I suppose. Romantic at heart, storyteller as part of my hobbies. Anyways, I best be getting to... Yeah, she's in a bad mood. She's in a bad mood. I think some good old massages can't help. Thanks for that. And, well... Felix. Right. Othala. Nice to meet you. Friends of my son. And perhaps, you'll be heading for dinner tonight?
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
At the manor? Smooth
that'd
things
be
over
excellent.
with... Smooth things over with Daria. And, well, how about you all come for dinner? Costas, is that okay that I invite your friends over for dinner?
Yeah, sure. Oh no.
I like your friends. Are you adventurers with the Umbral Guild?
Nope.
No, but we're adventurers nonetheless.
Oh, adventure. Good. I always long to adventure myself, to be quite honest. I've always thought of myself as a dashing young fellow on some sort of noble stallion helping a damsel in distress. You know what I'm saying?
Was that how you got the missus?
Fortunately not. No, I was
sculpting a grand statue in the keep's courtyard. A nice symbol of Pelor, white marble, just difficult to find in the certain brain I was looking for the piece. Anyways, I saw Costas' mother walking with a whole stride of paladins of Pelor. Just got there, and I was just on the job. It was such a coincidence, but a meet cute and definitely is, well, lack of a better word, ran into my latter and we fell together. I looked upon the eyes, trying to help her up, and she slapped my hands away and said, "I don't need your help." And I knew at that very moment I must win her heart. Must. Beauty. Just the stride, the confidence. Every day, I would wait. Costas' mother, Daria. I would just wait. She would only come one day of the week. I would clip just a beautiful white rose. And I would wait for her to walk by my letter, walk by my statue I was working on. At the center of the courtyard, I knew she had to pass by, and I would just slowly drop a flower, lower it down, and for weeks she would just let the flower fall down and crush it with her boot. But I knew if I kept at it, I would win her heart, and sure enough.
I thought you were taking notes.
And from that love, moves over towards you, bags and all, towards you, Constance, towards the wall, came this young strapping lad.
So
Wow,
it's a flower that got her. You.
Not just a flower! Oh, Thala, come on, where's the romance? It was the determination, the charge. No, it is, how do you say? It is like winning over the bloom, lassoing it, pulling it in over and over, to coax it into bringing it into the orbit of this fine planet. And then, only then, you blow the kiss. Keep it there, which is what I've done. Have no word, friends of Costas. Have no thought. Lady Daria may leave me at any time. It is by her good graces she stays with me, and only through my love and romantic gestures that she does. But I prove to her my determination every single day. In fact, I've clipped another rose for her, right here. I shall bring it to her.
Okay. It's nothing really tangible.
What do you mean?
Like,
I'll explain it to him, sir. He's a little bit slow on the update.
You all have a good day, and, well, the rest of the afternoon, evening, and... Oh, Costas, my dear boy!
Yes?
Give your papa a good hug. Come on.
Costas kind of like reluctantly shuffles over that just does the hug, just like.
Scratches Priscilla's ear. Priscilla? Anyways, I'll see you all this evening for dinner. Yes? Good. Alright.
we're gonna have 2 more accompanying us.
More the merrier.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Say hi to the missus for me.
Will do.
Costas, your pops is pretty cool. He talks weird, but he's cool.
He's a lot nicer than your mother.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have a violent mother and a romantic father. What are you? What did your outcome come out to be?
The violent
That-
romantic.
We do not know yet, but I do have to say, like, he also really likes to reuse material. He tells that flower story like every time he meets someone. He's very proud of it.
No, it's a good story.
I mean, if you
Well-
drop 1,000 flowers, you'd want to talk about it too.
Sounds like erosion.
Frank versus thinking about all the dead plants.
Right. Well, onto the manor, I think. Yeah. Or to Randall's place.
Yeah. To the shack.
Sounds good.
Let's move on to some murder, or just appearances with high chance murder. So.
I think it's just a building. I don't think you got to worry about murder, but
Okay.
I mean, like investigating it. But, sorry,
Unless it's a murder building.
it could be a murder building.
So I'm gonna go through the.
building that murders?
I'll go through the description. You can all roleplay after I just give this a brief announcement. So most likely it's a good time to stop based on getting into the manor and investigating. We're right on the cusp there, and I think it's probably most likely a good time to stop early. So I'm gonna all roleplay as much as like. So what I'll do is when you get there, I'll give a description very briefly to set the stage a little bit for the next session, and then we'll go through experience. What? Sorry. Oh, everyone good?
Yeah, I'm okay. I had something to do at the place, so I'm all right.
Okay.
no, I think like we'd be swinging by and picking up, hopefully Joe and Thea if they're not with us already. But
Oh, okay. So you want to do that first, and like swing by and pick them up.
we don't have to role play it out. But I don't want to start next session with them waiting, half hour while we're exploring this.
I got you. That makes a lot more. Yeah, it makes sense to me because I was thinking about it in my head. I was like, Joe's like apprenticing. That makes more sense. Okay, so we'll end it there. We'll say that you
take an hour break, bud, and come check out this place with us.
Okay. Sounds good. Is everyone in agreement with that? Everyone good?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go ahead and end it there, where you are on the back of Priscilla here. Obviously, I hope Luke, Lucas, you like this flair. It's your story here with these characters. It's great.
I mean, it was embarrassing. It was very good, but the entire time I was kind of just like.
Romantic father, was that nice?
You went off of it very well, but I'm never giving NPC parents again. They died in a car crash. That's what happened.
Oh no, no! What is a car? I don't understand. No, okay. So we'll end it there. So we'll go ahead and say that you are branching out, the back of Priscilla, right in the interactions. Now invited actually for dinner back at the House of Morganlight Manor. You begin to head towards Horses Leatherworking to potentially pick up Dirty Joe, and then also to try to find Thea, who's done some investigating throughout the Merchant District, looking for the kind of individuals and other sorts of context mysterious characters. And we'll get into that beginning of the session here. So that we're going to go ahead and conclude. We'll go ahead and end it there. And I'll go ahead and calculate some experience for you all.
Wait till I get legend lore. I'm gonna learn everything.
I'm just gonna get higher level spells and use them to continue to troll people. So
Hilarious. I seen a minor illusion and a major image. Just messing with people. It's great. Oh, did Uku have the ears the entire time in front of the Lord?
I'd have to imagine he didn't have the bunny
That's
ears.
up to Felix. That's up to Felix.
no,
Lord
he would
comment on it.
only have done that because it minor illusion doesn't move. So it would have been whenever like stopped at an intersection or anything like that. I would have put them on them momentarily, and then they would have faded. But I wouldn't have done it when people could see me doing it. So
Sure, I thought it lasted like an hour type of thing. Like you just put it on
it
somebody.
only lasts up to a minute as long as they maintain concentration. But as soon as he moves out of it, because minor illusion is it's like a static image.
Got you. Okay.
Okay. So we have 1,291 experience each. That should put you, if I calculated it, added up right, it's 25,881 experience total, I believe. Add some notes here. Session 15. Had more stuff to post for the lore notes. Obviously, the whole thing with the Lord was a lot. It was very intense. So make sure to get that typed up, and I should have enough time this week to be able to do it. All right, and then I'll update Bea as well as Dirty Joe here, but I'll close out the stream first. So if you're watching the stream, thanks so much, Group 6, and the session was awesome. Definitely some cool roleplay with the Lord, doing some stuff, and obviously Custis Barons was pretty cool. And we will be back next week, so hopefully you join us then, and we will see you. So,
Group 6.